งาดองอาจยั่งยืนพวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตายกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดา
พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA
ศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดาเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดากว้างใหญ่พร้อมให้เราก้าวทันจงมุ่งมั่นให้เป็นวันของเราให้คนไทยได้ทำธุรกิจ
ขอต้อนรับเข้าสู่เซสชั่นบ่ายของเรานะคะซึ่งช่วงเซสชั่นต่อไปก็จะเกี่ยวกับ Fido Technology Detail และ Government Deployment Update and Fido in Taiwan นะคะโดยเซสชั่นแรกนะคะจะเริ่มด้วยคุณเซกหวงนะคะ May I invite Mr. เซกหวง Vice President of All 10 Trend ค่ะ
Yeah, hello everybody. My name is Zach. Come from the Ocean Chain. We are a security company from Taiwan. So thanks for the opportunity. I will do the product introduction for our Fido security. I also do a demo for the Fido 2 and Fido. Okay, Ocean Chain, our company name actually is the channel authentication. And the Fido actually also focuses on authentication. So that's why we are very close with the Fido to make a solution. And there's an authentication roadmap article from website from the year 16. There's an ID password, the OTP from the year 18. From year 2000, there's a second factor. So now today, actually, one is emphasize need a strong multi-factor authentication, not only the text-based second factor. Another one is passwordless for next chain. So, Ocean Chain, we are making the product to support the strong NFA and the passwordless. Yeah, this is our focus. And why we work with Fido? I think the first thing is the Fido spec Yeah, I think Andrew and Dr. Huang, they introduced a lot of technology part from Fido, actually separate identification, verification from server to the client authenticator to make it more secure. Another thing is actually there are no secret on the server side. And the biometric data never leave your device. So always inside your key. And no linkable between service. So that means one service be hacked, another service is still secure. And not linkable between account. So this is a very good spec. I think the most important thing is FIDO ecosystem. There's consumer security assurance, that kind of giant to join this FIDO alliance. So this is why we work with FIDO. So for FIDO, actually, you heard about UF and U2F. UF majorly for your smartphone, using your biometrics from your phone to log in through the app to log in your service. U2F actually is more focused on the PC, using the secure key, second factor, to log on your service. And today, actually, let's come to FIDO 2. Okay, so FIDO 2 is one kind of passwordless for the U2F. Okay, so they have the three major roles: the authenticator. That's our focus. We do our secure key, AD key, as authenticator. In the client part, there's a major browser. They can support all the kinds of FIDO spec. Okay, and the third one is relay party. So it depends on the service provider. You build your server relay party to work with the authenticator key, secure key or your mobile phone. So that's FIDO, UF, U2F, and FIDO 2, the major difference. And mention about the FIDO 2 passwordless. Actually, Microsoft Windows 10 already can support passwordless. You can log in the Windows service, Microsoft service without ID password using secure key. I will demo later. So actually, a lot of a trend like Microsoft already have they say it's the end of password era. So they promote the passwordless to log in all the Microsoft service, including the Office 365, Azure. All the browser, they already certified by the FIDO 2 WebAuthn. So browser side are ready. Google Cloud also mentioned about the trend for this year is one is passwordless. Okay, so passwordless become a trend for like an authentication things. And why the passwordless can be the advantage or opportunity for the end user? I think the very important things like the FIDO 2 or FIDO 2, they are asymmetrics, they can change response. So your key actually saved in a very safe location, your authenticator or somewhere. And the generic, they kind of one-time response to the authentication challenges. So based on the kind of design, so the private key, it can be random, it can be long enough. You don't need to remember that kind of very complicated password. Second thing is even the web service get hacked. Actually, hacker just can get a public key. They don't have that kind of private key, they still cannot log in. The third thing is between the communication through your authenticator, through the service, through the internet. Even someone hack the communication, they only can, because we do the symmetric challenge response, they kind of hack, they still cannot log in your service because they don't have the private key. So if a passwordless, no one no need to remember password. The IT guy, they don't need to maintain a password. Just use the hard keys. Very easier for they to reduce the IT effort and also more secure. So this is a passwordless opportunity to the end user or to the enterprise. And because actually we are a vendor, we are Taiwan vendor, but our major business is focused on Japan, Korea, and Taiwan. We have some customers starting from FIDO 2, like in Japan. There's CloudGate. They have 715 users for enterprise users using their solution. Now they starting to do the FIDO2 trial. They will pick 100 company enterprise to using the FIDO2 solution first. So they can provide their service, and they also provide the authenticator to let their enterprise users to try the FIDO2 solution. Yeah, so this is one in Japan case. The second one, I think Karen will introduce more detail later. Taiwan government also starting playing the FIDO2 for some EID things. Yeah. And another one is Microsoft OS. Actually, Microsoft OS build IS5 from the build 1809 already support the FIDO2. Yeah, so you can use that. And from the new build, the DC is they say they will push and May. They support more even FIDO 2.1 spec in. So through this new OS, even the fingerprint you can enroll from the OS side. You don't need an extra application. And so I will do a quick demo for all these things. This is our product. I log in the government, U.S. government that Dr. Huang did not success this morning. Yeah, this is a car, and we have used a USB interface. So I use USB, the key, so I can log in the U.S. government by ID password first. So after ID password, they will request a secure key. I verify my fingerprint. You cannot see it, so yeah, I can log in. So this is like a second factor. And I also can use Bluetooth to log in the Microsoft service. This is a Microsoft account. Actually, normally you want to log in Microsoft service, you need the ID password. Okay, they will ask you to type in ID password, but they have new options. You can select secure key. Okay, so I select my secure key. And I don't go through the USB. You broadcast by Bluetooth. Yeah, wait a moment. Unreachable. Okay, so now the connect. I just verify my fingerprint, so I can log in without the ID and password. And Microsoft, they already allow you to add your secure key from security. Yeah, actually, these are all ready service. You can add your key here. So you want to add a key, you ask you about your key. For USB, for NFC. Yeah, so this is Microsoft service. And actually, our car also can do the, like Android, through the NFC. The screen is small. I log in the Google account. Yeah, you cannot see it, but this is, I do a strong browser to log in Google. I need to type in the ID password also. And then you will request a second factor. Yeah, I forgot what I need. I already log in. I need revoke first. Yeah, sorry. Let me do something first. Yeah, actually, this is a Google second factor. I also can log in through my USB. You also type in your ID and password. And you request your key. So I verify my fingerprint. Yeah, sorry, internet a little bit slow. You will log into a service. So this is a Fido, so they can using your using a key to log in your service through a PC, through USB or Bluetooth. And because we make a car, we also can use NFC to log in Android, and we can use the Bluetooth to log in the iPhone. Yeah, because iPhone did not open NFC. Okay, so maybe the demo phase some internet connection problem, a little bit slow. Yeah. Okay, so let me introduce our security key. Actually, we make normal security key USB type and USB only for the PC. So we make a like batch card. So it can become a batch to like a smart batch to your office. So we can support USB, Bluetooth, and NFC for different kind of application, even for the door locker, for the PC, for the mobile. And based on the Fido, we need to have a secure element. So the private key, like kind of biometric data, we store inside a secure element. So the private key is always offline. The hacker cannot hack your private key to make it safe. And we have Bluetooth, an NFC, battery, USB. So yeah, we can make one card for different kind of interface to support different kind of applications. And because we always have fingerprint because we don't want anyone can touch. So you need to enroll your fingerprint, and you register your card to your service. No matter Windows Hello, for Mac, for Fido U2F, for Fido 2, for UMC door, or even for traditional OTP. Then you can use to log in your different kind of service. Yeah, actually we have a lot of link for that kind of videos. And all differentiations from our Fido key. The first thing is today, major the key layers anyone can touch. They are not a fingerprint because it's a challenge response. So someone you touch it, response they can challenge. And the major key is not fingerprint based. Anyone can touch. So ours, you need to touch, verify it's you, then you send out a response. So this is the first differentiations. The second one is actually Fido to define the CTAP to define the USB, NFC, Bluetooth, that kind of interface. So a lot of key. Some keys support USB, some keys support Bluetooth, some keys support NFC. Yeah, we just make one key. You don't need for different devices using different key. Just use one for different kind of devices. The third thing is because fingerprint. Normally, you need to enroll your fingerprint into the device first. And normal behavior, you need to download application, you need to install, you need to enroll. But we have our patent filing technology called standalone enroll. I can demo to you. You don't need anything, you can enroll your fingerprint. Okay, so we just need some quick fix. And verify you ever enroll a fingerprint, then you can enroll a new fingerprint like this way. Until the LED becomes green. That means that your fingerprint already in. So I can verify now. Yeah, I see. Yeah, so you don't need to spend time to download application, install, just in order to enroll your fingerprint in. So this is another one we have. Okay, and we also have another security mechanism. We can support you like iPhone. If you use your fingerprint, someone will try to hack, we can lock it. Continuous fail 5 times, 10 times, lock for hours. Yeah, and this is a customization spec. We can adjust it by admin tool easily. So yeah, we provide a card to support the Fido 2, and we consider more to make add-on value to this card. So we can use, because we have NFC, we have a fingerprint, so it can become your badge card. So employee cannot borrow someone's badge to open the door. You must verify by fingerprint first. We only verify fingerprint, we will turn on an NFC. And you can using the car through Bluetooth, through USB, the passwordless to log in your web service. And also PC. And if you don't want Bluetooth, we will turn Bluetooth become beacon mode. So this become tracker to your employee badge. So you can tracking the employee location, the moving path. Yeah, so this is definitions from our security and smart badge. So we have a lot of different kind of application through this card. For enterprise, you can through this card to do the Fido 2, the OTP as a second vector to log in. For data center, we turn on the Bluetooth become beacon. So you can using a biometric card to get into the data center from NFC door. You can log in your server for configuration, and also using Bluetooth checking who is inside the server room. And we also have a healthcare case. You can use a card to log in authentication to your very expensive or high-end healthcare equipment. To only authorized people can use it, because our card can support to 8 fingerprint. It can support multiple users to use it. And we also have a special case for the hotel, because hotel master key, they can housekeeper or mean they can open all the door. But if someone lost a master key, the whole system new change. So they change the whole master key, become this car. So only authorized people can get into a room. And because we support the finger ID, even they can know who and when get into which room with Raker. And we also support Taiwan and Japan, they kind of digital classroom PLC. So students use this card to enter their class, the university class. So they can the professor, they don't need to know who is here. Actually, from the system, they will know it. And we have special case for Japan for police station by this car. Yeah. So actually, we have a different Fido product, for the car and also for the USB dongle, the traditional USB dongle. So we can suppose we also have that kind of USB dongle support the Metron server or Windows Hello. So for different application, we have a different security key to support it. Yeah, this is just some user case we are doing in Japan and Korea. So let me check. I want to demo you the iPhone and the Android phone. Sorry, let me try another way first. Yeah, because I already log in, I need to revoke all the kind of settings so I can demo by Android phone and iPhone. Okay. So this is my Android phone. I log in a Google service using the password. And it will request second packet. So my Android phone, I open the NFC. It's Chinese, but still the English NFC. So I can verify my fingerprint to turn on my NFC and do a touch the back side, the login. So if your device is mobile phone or tablet, you can use Android. You can use it. If it's iPhone, because they don't open the NFC, so I must use the Bluetooth. So again, I log in my service. a Chrome, type in my ID password. Actually, it will have a Bluetooth connection. So you can see if I verify my fingerprint here. Yeah, I just log in. So we can, because we have a different interface, so we can support different devices through NFC, USB, or Bluetooth, depends on your applications. Yeah, so this is my demo for different devices. In addition, actually, we also do some blockchain things. We are thinking actually Fido authentication, blockchain. The very important thing is identity. So we are not only for the Fido things, we also do a blockchain wallet and identity. So we have our decentralized cryptocurrency wallet using our blockchain technology. And we can support the standalone mode. You can use in the car with the e-ink, your QR code to do a transaction. You can use a Bluetooth with your phone to do a transaction. You can use a USB docking through your USB to the PC to do a transaction. And we are also studying how to integrate the Fido solution into the blockchain to make it more secure. Yeah, so Authentication, actually we are a product company. We make security authentication keys. We do, actually we are more focused on Japan, Korea, and Taiwan. Southeast Asia, maybe we can find a partner. We will try the market. And we do a rebrand. We also can find this reseller, SI, or second factor multi-factor platform to do integration to support enterprise or vertical application customers. Yeah, so my demo presentation very soon. Yeah, so let's know all my pages. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sex Wong นะคะ Next session will be government deployment update and Fido in Taiwan from Karen Chang, Vice President of Features Technology and Marcom Committee of Fido Alliance. Karen, please.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Compared to previous speakers, that I won't talk too much about the technologies because not only because I'm not the technology guy, but because I'm maybe the only one who know the history and the reason why we are here. So let's start from this one. Actually, it's not this one. Yeah. I will back to sorry for that. Excuse me. Is that the PowerPoint? Is that the PowerPoint or ETDA? I need the PowerPoint. This is I need the PowerPoint. Excuse me, I have to. Yeah, just a moment. Yeah. Every little thing will let me back to 2016. Why? At that time, I worked for Taiwan government as ETDA. I'm the government officer, and I'm also the leader co-chair of HRPKI Consortium, APKIC, of the working group, leader co-chair. And at that time, I'm thinking of which international organization that I could have collaboration with, or I could have kind of connection with. And at that time, someone told me Fido. And I said, what is Fido? It's Fast Identity Online Alliance. And at that time, since that time, I try to connect Fido Alliance. And I joined Fido Alliance by EPIC, and I became the Fido liaison member at that time, EPIC. And we are trying to have a Taipei seminar in 2016. So it's all have to trace back to 2016. Yeah, and this is the web page of Fido EPIC Taipei Joint Seminar. Is creating what's next, new directions for authentication and identification, Fido PKI and beyond. The far left side is Henry. Henry from China, that he will talk about what happened in China later this afternoon. And we saw someone that we might know. And this is the venue, just like this time, right here, right now. And many people right there at that time. And it's amazing that why, at that time, Fido is something about authentication or identification, why there are so many people right there in Taipei. That's out of my mind. And you see, it's EPIC logo, and Aegis is where I'm from right now, and Fido. So we have 3 hosts right there in 2016. And this is Santot. The left one is Santot. Maybe someone know him. He's not right here in ETDA anymore, but at that time, ETDA had someone representing ETDA to Taipei seminar. And this is Biju from Imura in the middle. He's from India. He's also one of the EPIC member. And after that, I'm thinking of what else we can do in Fido, with or without Fido. So I also invited someone from financial of Taiwan, like banks or bank association, like you guys right here, from Taipei to join Fido Hong Kong seminar in 2016, and also Canada, and also Australia in 2017. We joined with a team on behalf of APKIC, HRPKI Consortium, to attend it, to join more and more in Fido. And we saw many things happened in government. We saw many things contributed from region, from APEC region. And I think what Taiwan can do in APEC region and what APKIC can do in the world. This is the Fido in government. It's Andrew, you remember? Where is it? It's in Canada. Yeah. So on the stage, 3 gentlemen, they are from different units. They are all from government, Canada government. They are talking about what government can do with Fido. Ta-da! So this is Dong Pyo. Dong Pyo is also the speaker right after my session, and he's from Korea. This is what contribution from regional, from Fido regional working group. 3 handsome guys, they are on the stage talking about what Korean do, what Korean have done for recent years. And that makes me very impressive me that government can do something. And also regional, in different regions, that we can do something for Fido, with or without Fido anyway. So APKIC could do something more. And this is Dr. Huang, that in the morning, the speaker. And APKIC, we group a team to report in Fido, and also in the board meeting 2 years ago, I think. And to do some more or deeper collaboration, we decided to have a contribution. That is Fido PKI white paper. So last April, this white paper published, finally. And this is the white paper, and this is the web page that Fido web page. The name is Fido Alliance and Asia PKI Consortium white paper, Fido UAF and PKI in Asia, case study and recommendations. So not only the technology, the recommendation or case study was also included in this white paper. So everyone in this room, if you do want to know what Fido could integrate it with PKI, because PKI is maybe most of us in Asia, we know PKI very well. But if you do want to know what Fido could integrate with PKI, maybe you could take a reference on this white paper. It's already on the web page. Until last year, Andrew asked me a question in 2017. I remember that's in Amsterdam or somewhere else. And he asked me, hey, do you think could Taipei have a seminar, a Fido seminar in Taipei? I say, okay, yes, why not? Maybe you can try. And in 2018, we have Fido Taipei seminar. This is the web page. No more passwords. Now Hisa-san will say, Ichihara-san will say that was copied from his mind. Yes, no more passwords. From Asia to the world. Do you think it's unfamiliar, the slogan? You will see. And this is the 2018 Fido Taipei seminar. And this is the executive director of Fido, and Natalie from Microsoft, and Zach from AuthentTrend. You will see AuthentTrend, thanks to AuthentTrend, that you will see many the logo egg key of AuthentTrend in my slides later. And Dong Pyo. Dr. Soronan, yes, he's also right there in Taipei last November. And you will see many kind of exchange. That's very fruitful exchange between speakers from different countries or areas. And also we have many really nice exchange between enterprises or attendees or between the demos outside the room. It's a very successful seminar. Since that, last year, Dr. Soronan, ETDA would like to have kind of Fido deployment maybe in Thailand, in ETDA. And that's why we're here. And Kanit arranged all these things to have this today, right here, right now. So you can see the moving beyond passwords from Asia to the world again. That means maybe Taiwan and Thailand could do something together with Fido, or we can do some more with Japan, Korea, and China together, right here, right now, for Fido, and from Asia to the world. So it's my first half for my presentation. Here goes my second part. It's the theme, it's the main theme for my presentation. The first part is very short introduction to you that why we are here, why we have this kind of event or workshop. And the topic is government deployment updates in Asia and Fido in Taiwan. My name is Karen Chiang, the Elephant Chiang, and very glad to be here. It's not my first time to be here in this building. It's also not my first time to have the collaboration with Thailand. And I work for Aegis Technology. Aegis is mainly focused on fingerprint sensor, and you may see if you use Vivo, Oppo, or Huawei, Xiaomi, or Samsung phones, that might be the fingerprint sensor will provided by Aegis. And I also the board representative on one of Markham Committee of Fido Alliance. So we are going to the main part. It's updates. I will update you the Fido and PKI in Asia. That some of them was presented by Dr. Huang in this morning, but I will give you the counterclockwise from Macau, Hong Kong, Japan, Korea, and China, India, of course Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, until Taiwan. So some of them have something in common, like digital signature law or digital signature regulation, like Hong Kong and Macau. They do have the national PKI infrastructure, like Hong Kong, Macau, and Japan and Korea. The difference is maybe they have the smart card or they do not have the smart card. For Japan and Korea, they do have very strong national PKI system, and also they have a very aggressive Fido ecosystem. And now Hisa and Dongpyo, maybe we'll talk about that later in this afternoon. And in Korea, they even have the K-Fido. And for China, it's a very different example. For China, they do have the EID. It's connected by NPS. It's a Ministry of Public Security. So it's like the MI6 of the UK that will connect to different applications, to every different citizens' application. That's very strong and powerful in China. And in India, we all know that they have the biggest fingerprint or iris, the system to collect citizens' biometrics. That's ETDA. They do have the digital signature regulation. And for Thailand, we have national PKI and EID and ETDA Connect. Maybe later, Dr. Sarona will talk about that in detail later in this afternoon. Malaysia and EID with PKI and fingerprint, and also MyCat. And I will move on to Taiwan. Taiwan, I will separate it to private sector and government sector, including TWID, that's enterprise in Taiwan. TWID will mainly focus on financial identification with PKI, also with Fido. And we have the TWID, that is Identification Center, TWID, and together with Mobile ID. And we have Fido for internet banking right now. It's available in Taiwan. For government sector, we have the the national Fido and government PKI. It was provided by MOICA and to let citizens to use. MOICA is the Ministry of Interior. MOI, the ministry, provided many applications to or government to citizens services in Taiwanese every daily life. And we also have telecom. It's a Fido-based CRM. We also have digital signature regulation. This is exactly the example of Taiwan's online authentication and identification services in Taiwan. I will start from the bottom. Since 1946, we have Taiwan citizen. We have the paper-based ID cards. But the very special it's nothing special. It's only the paper card. But the very special is the health ID card. It's more than 23 million. In Taiwan, we have 40 something or 30 something people in Taiwan. But most of us, every children, adults, we have the health ID card. And starts from next year, we will have the new ID card. It's a national new ID card. The MOI, the ministry, will issue the new card since next year. Beyond that, we have the government PKI infrastructure, and this is the MOICA. These cards could be used in citizen service and tax filing or invoice, etc. So right now we are trying to adopt Fido right here. We use Fido 2 and UAF server right here, and to get citizens to use this kind of services. But we also, between this scenario, we also use the good user experience and also the mobile-friendly system. And also we need something mechanism more strong or more secure. This is the online authentication and identification services in Taiwan, and how to do that. Like I said, Aegis will provide the Fido server right here to connect the intranet of the ministry, and HiWeb. HiWeb is also in here in this room. HiWeb will help us to do some RP server, and we work together to provide the ministry for Fido deployment. And beyond that, AuthentChain or A-Key could provide citizens that kind of security keys to complete all those deployments. So since this year, 2019, the Fido technology will be used in Taiwan government. This is PKI-based ID proving for Fido. And for the registration, the first one will be online on PC's browser and use MOICA card, or you use EID card to request for a code, and then you download the app on your smartphone, and you input the code on your app. Enroll on smartphone with biometrics like facial or your fingerprint, and that's done. That's all. This is the next stage. From 2020, we will use online ID proving. The first step will fill in basic information, and then you upload both sides of your ID card. Then you selfie yourself with your face, of course, and your ID card. You selfie together and upload to let the ministry to review and check, then approval. And we also have the over-counter ID proving. I will talk a little bit about the use case, the access to citizen service portal. All the scenario will be, Fido will be used to do that kind of application, and this is the ministry, the MOI, to do some citizen services portal, and citizen cloud services like identification service or government cloud services, and HiWeb will do something in there to help us to do the Fido application. And this is the use case number 2, to access citizens' my data. We know that Taiwan is the global open data ranked number 1 for twice. Until today, Taiwan is the ranked number one open data country. So we have lots of data in our daily life, no matter it's owned by government or owned by enterprise or owned by individual, by ourselves. So every citizen, every person, we do have our own data. That's my data. And governments have that kind of application named My Data. So we will use Fido to access citizens' my data, and people, citizen, can use your own data, like your healthcare, your medical data, to do something more. You use your own data to do something more with Fido. And this is the milestones, like roadmap. From the beginning, we are right here, right now, deployment and pilot. We will use PKI-based ID proving, and we use MOI's citizen services. And then it's about, and then we will use the stage of promotion and expansion till next year. There will be online ID proving and central and local government applications. We expect not only central government, we expect the local government or much more citizens will use Fido applications. Oh. The third stage will be open and popularization, over-the-counter ID proving, and support work with non-government services like telecom, finance, etc. That is from government to enterprises, and also to citizens, ourselves, people. So this is the roadmap we are planning to do something for Taiwan government or citizens. But Fido is pretty nice, convenient, and safe enough, but there are still some questions or issues that we need to figure it out, like account recovery, or between Fido and PKI, and also privacy, like those data will be used between different ministries, and Fido will very focus on the privacy, people as well. We're focusing on the privacy, how to figure it out. And Fido and Federation, Fido and Mobile Connect. And also Fido is complementary to PKI, EID, and Mobile Connect, but also compete to each others. So here is the pros and cons that we have like 4 mechanisms, including PKI, EID, Fido, and Mobile ID. Between user experience and online, offline usage, also the policy and regulation, looks that Fido is the winner, no doubt. But for the policy and regulations, that maybe in Asia, we need some more strong or solid regulation to assist to do that useful and convenient applications. Yeah, that's all. So I expressed my the history, that's or the reason why we are here, and also the Taiwan government Fido deployment here. And I hope you'll enjoy that. For any kind of questions, maybe we could talk about later. And should we have a break or something? And thank you so much. I'm Karen. Thank you.
Thank you Karen Cheng นะคะหลังจากที่เราได้ทราบถึง Fido ในไต้หวันไปแล้วนะคะเซสชั่นต่อไปก็จะกล่าวถึง Fido ในเกาหลีนะคะโดยจะเริ่มที่ May I invite Dong Pyo-hong, Chief Alliance Officer of Ryan Secure and Vice Chairman of Fido Korea WG.
Hello. Actually, it is my honor to be here, just representing Fido members and then the people who worked for Fido ecosystem. So I'm Dong Pyo-hong, and I'm just Chief Alliance Officer of Lion Secure. As you may know, Lion Secure has very special meaning because Lion Secure shared maybe more than 50% of Fido implementation in Korea. with one company. So it is very strong company in Korea. And Launchcare is board member in Fido Alliance. And I'm just playing a role by chairman of Fido Korea Working Group. So let me explain about Fido Korea Working Group in this slide. And let me just get one excuse because there are some typos, some misspelling for English words, because last night I just correct some slide, but I just put the wrong word, so let me excuse in advance. So I just joined the Fido seminar in China 2 years ago, and in Taiwan 1 year ago, thanks to Karen. And then I just joined this Thailand seminar, so I'm very happy. Also, I have just my company that is a Fido-based consulting company. So I just helping several company, a domestic company or a foreign company too. And I'm just board of director. I was board of director from 2013. It is 8 years until now. So many remembrance from 2013, because at that time we have just 4 vendors, 4 company as a Fido Alliance. But right now we just more than 260 company right now. So I'm very also happy too. So I'm I have many chance to explain about Fido solution all over the world. So, and then I met several CEOs and then many CIOs and CSO. So it makes me more insightful. So I'm just expecting to deliver 8 years experience from 2013 about Fido Alliance. So it is very hard for me to explain all the things during 25 minutes, but let me try best. I would like to explain adoption in Korea first, and then I would like to explain about Fido Alliance members in Korea, and then milestone, and what is driving force for Fido adoption in Korea, and Fido deployment, and new Fido deployment. Karen and just Andrew and Mr. Huang explained well, but let me emphasize one more time. And future trend, and just executive summary. Then finally, I would like to share some information, the biometric test in Korea. You can think about what is biometric for Korean people. So I just researched about biometrics and Fido last year. So let me share with you. Fido adoption in Korea. As you can see, I just delete the number and percentage, but I can say Korea is the largest company who has lots of certification. So a lot. So. And then I can say Korea is the second largest company who has most companies who join Fido Alliance. Other following USA. Oh, I'm sorry. I think this is I have another new one. I think this is old one. Okay, would you wait just a second, because I changed the slide a little bit. And then from my research, Thailand is very close to Korea, like Taiwan, because you have PKI solution, you have experience, and then you have a very innovative bank, like K-Bank in Taiwan. And you are aware of security, what is important and how it is important. So, and your government, I believe your government will drive Fido ecosystem in Taiwan. So it is there are many similar point with Korean market. Okay. What I have used. Okay, let me do this first. Yeah, okay. Second PDF. Okay, let me do. Okay. This shows just one page. What is it is SWOT analysis. What is strong point of Korea and what is just weak point of Korea. So you can compare with your status, your government, and your banking ecosystem. So why Korea has get many certification and many deployment and use cases? There is a new government drive. Second one is we have many members, so it is very easy to drive the market. And the opportunity was Korean people like biometrics. They experience a lot, like for example biometrics, fingerprint sensor to their digital door or some calculator or whatever. So we are very familiar with biometrics. And mobile banking, as you may know, Korean people has just smartphone. Some people have 2 or 3 smartphones. So, and they are very accustomed to using mobile phone, mobile apps. So mobile banking was very popular. And financial institution and Korean government funding organization, they drive a lot at some innovative financial sector system. And we have internet bank also. So as you may know, internet bank is a little bit different from traditional bank. So PO internet bank has been driving a lot by replacing password or PIN code system to biometrics. So we announced 2 new internet banks start from next month, and those banks composed of 10 to 20 ecosystem company from shopping mall, from e-commerce, and some government funding research center. So it will drive our Fido ecosystem to consider helping that internet bank and their solution. But we have still a weak point. There is low regulation and low things like Karen pointed out. So our technology and our financial sector, they were moving very fast, but government policy and regulation is just a little bit late, and so we need to still change some regulation for more adoption in Korea. And Korean market is too small, relatively small. So we need to think about another market like Asian or North America or Europe. So that is a situation in Korea. But my point is that your status and situation is very similar with Korea. Like I told you most of people are using smartphone, and you have innovative bank, and you have PKI experience. So that is a good momentum and driving factor to use Fido solution sometime soon, I think. Fido Alliance member, we have four board member. There is a credit card company and system integrator company, and Samsung is a mobile manufacturer, and EWBM is hardware integrator. So it shows very well balanced board member. So in Korea, we talk about the strategy and the market, but they are all expert. expert for financial sectors, expert for system integrator, expert for mobile industry, and then expert for hardware and software and semiconductors. So it is very good point of board member perspective. And we have sponsor members, ETRI and TTA. That is kind of government funding organization. So like ETDA, it will be good, good organization to help just Thailand have a better and then faster adoption of Fido solution. And we have several associate members here, so they are very various, from just financial sector to system integrator and then biometrics company. So again, we have mobile device, mobile carrier, and bank, government related, and biometric and digital security provider. So I believe those companies have many experience, how faster, how well organized Fido ecosystem and Fido deployment. So I recommend you to think about collaboration with very well organized company over here. They are not competitor with you. They will be your partner and then working together. So it is a good partner over there. And Korea just joined the regional working group as a fifth members. Like you see China and Japan and Korea and India and Europe. So in case of Fido Korea Working Group, 4 board members are driving Fido Korea Working Group status here. This slide shows 8 years history for in Korea, how they start, how they accomplished, and what they are looking for. So how they start here, 2013, after launching Fido Alliance, several PKI company in Korea, like here, many PKI-based company here. PKI company just aggressively adapt the Fido solution after launching Fido solution, Fido Alliance. And Korean government announced that 2014, no more accredited PKI, meaning that government would not impose or insist the Korean ecosystem use the accredited lab, accredited certificate. So it was great things from government. That was 2014. So I would like to emphasize government support will be very great point in order to make it a faster and better ecosystem with the Fido Alliance. And one of the things that Fido enabled device was very useful for a Korean ecosystem, because like Samsung made a smartphone with biometrics. So if someone used a smartphone, they surely have to use the biometrics. They have to experience the biometrics. So it was a good momentum for a user to be more familiar with biometrics and to be more familiar with the Fido solution. So here's, so we start from PKI, and we just using both PKI or Fido. And then just, as of today, we use PKI plus Fido, but very innovative. We start from just log in, log out with mobile banking, for example. But we just move to payment service and just platform. So that there is very complicated service from Fido solution. Not only just log in and log out, but also kind of system. So let me show you later. And then what this shows. This shows our history, what we have been doing. So we start from telecommunication business with the Fido Alliance, and B2 portal and e-commerce business first, meaning, and then enterprise show the interest. Then public and government show the interest. So this is so one of history. Fido was focused, but I think Thailand should be different. For example, just government will be driving the Fido lines, for example, but I don't know exactly. But in case of Korea, just bank and telco, they driving the Fido line first. It is, I can say, it is kind of bottoms up innovation. So again, so Korea has Fido enabled device from Samsung and LG. We have a good situation here, and we have a PKI solution vendors, and we have a government support, and we have many financial institutions. They were very innovative. So these four factors helped us faster and better Fido ecosystem in Korea. So finally, we can just think about reference for global business. So many companies in Korea, they are considering to help or to go global business based on their experience for 8 years. So I can say Korea, you can see several industry here, from smartphone and AI speaker, and internet bank, and PC and wearable, call center, and then automotive, and physical access. Of course, banking apps. Many industry are using Fido solution so far. So this shows Korea. We have been using just PKI and then just OTP or password, but thanks to Fido solution, we can change it to Fido ecosystem. So this is an example how many banks are using Fido solution. So you can see there is more than 20 banks are using Fido solution here. And three telco. We have three telco, like Chunghwa Telecom in Taiwan. We have three telco, and three telco are using Fido solution. And many enterprise as of today, they really focusing on Fido solution because enterprise, they recognize that Fido solution will be very effective solution because they could learn from financial sector, and there are many examples. Many just company have been using it. So the enterprise and government, they noticed that, okay, Fido solution is time to use right now. So that is why government is very driving the adapting the Fido solution. And yes, government and the enterprise. Even poorer and education sector. So as the Oden trend explained about before, education sector, that is one of just area Fido solution can be replaced the password solution. Okay, so let me just briefly talk about deployment. We can say three sectors. For example, finance sector, enterprise sector, and public sector. I just divide three groups, but their approach was totally different. Okay, let me talk about finance first, financial sector. Financial sector, as you can see, several banks like TOB or just K-Bank in Thailand. There are many banks here. They really focus the security first from Fido perspective. Of course, convenience, how make it user feel convenient, and expandability, that was factor they needed to see, but most important thing was security. How make it more secure solution for the bank and bank user. So their approach was security first. So in case of Shinhan Bank, that is one of the largest bank in Korea. They first of all they would like to choose FIDO solution for just login and log out only, but they just moved to all the groups, 15 groups, to use the FIDO solution for their employee and their customer. So it is one of the examples from large bank in Korea. And very biggest credit card company, that is BCard, and that is our board member in FIDO Alliance. They're using our biometrics, finger, iris, and voice, all the biometrics. So that was very meaningful, and many BCard users using the biometric with the FIDO solution. Other financial sector, you can say ATM and bank, several bank, and security, mobile trading system, and insurance. As of today, insurance, they really show the big interest in adopting FIDO solution. And as I told you, fingerprint and voice and vein, they are all just very familiar with Korean user and ecosystem. Let me say about enterprise. Enterprise, they really focus on expandability, how their FIDO solution make it more user and more company engaged in. So as you can see, KT telecom company, and the big enterprise, they focused on bringing FIDO solution into their company for expandability. And there are some very unique case. KT, Korean telecom company, has AI speaker, and then they adapt the voice recognition solution into their IPTV based solution. So it is very meaningful, and I see many TV shopping mall can see this momentum, because many the people who buy the product from seeing the TV, it is very hard to use the remote controller. But if we can use the FIDO solution, that will be easier and very convenient. For example, could you enter this one? Maybe it is moving clip, but no. Okay, so that's okay. So this is a moving clip, but it is directly show how faster and how convenient when we use the FIDO solution. The example is SK Planet, that is a very huge e-commerce company in Korea. So they just compared between without FIDO and with the FIDO. In case of without FIDO, it takes 1 minute and 30 seconds to buy something. But in case of FIDO, it only takes 30 minutes by using the authentication tool like a fingerprint sensor. So 3 times faster and 3 times easier and convenient. So last one, public government. They focus the convenience, how make people feel better and convenience to use the government program or website and portal site. So that's why just government use the FIDO solution here. This web portal is Korean government portal, very famous. And in order to access here, we can use a fingerprint sensor or just PIN code, but it is one of the signal our government is focusing FIDO solution for their website, web portal service. So new FIDO deployment in Korea. Let me skip this one. Sorry. Okay. I'm sorry, this is an older slider, so that is not what I prepared totally, but let me skip something. Okay. This shows new Fido deployments. As Andrew and just Karen talk about, there will be another new way of using Fido solution. That is PC connected services. So many people can use laptop or PC, and then they can access to the web page and portal site, and then buy something by using Fido solution. So it was mobile-centric world, but it is changing to moving into laptop or smart car or smart home and IoT device. That is trend. So if you see banking sector plus another sector like IoT or PC market or automotive market, it would be very great solution for you, because Fido solution provide biometric, and the other one to user make it feel better and easier and safer. So some trends, a smartphone can be some authenticator like USB or BLE card, plus smartphone can be another just authenticator. That is one of movement in Korea. And okay, and then we can just open the door and lock the door. Just automotive with a Fido solution, for example. So Hyundai in Korea, they are considering Fido solution in order for them to open the door and then setting the something inside of a seat or driving things. So it is very useful user cases. And Korean ecosystem is thinking about IoT, as I told you. And then Korea ecosystem is going to use blockchain, because blockchain can be some good combination in order to make it more secure and then more convenient to consolidate several solutions among the enterprise or among the ecosystem. This shows from biometric perspective, we can say log in and log out with password was previous way of login. And then we moved to biometrics, like finger and iris and vein and face and voice. But I would like to emphasize face and voice is a very famous factor in Korea. Many banks and many enterprises, they started to look into face solution and voice solution. Of course, fingerprint and vein is one of just factor, but many company they moving their interest into face and voice. And then also many companies considering behavioral biometrics. So I believe that can be one of a good combination with our biometrics on the Fido server and then Fido ecosystem. Let me skip this one. So my executive summary is Korea, they just worked with the Fido Alliance from 2013. And we have many members and many experience. And third is we have many global use cases, banking sector, e-commerce, public and government, and enterprise. And we are very interested in automotive and gaming and IoT industry. That is one of the trends in Korea. And I hopefully I think this reference and this ecosystem can be very great partner or business friends to make it faster and better adoption in Thailand. So again, I would like to kindly ask you to join Fido Alliance member or Fido activities. Plus, just thinking about collaboration with Korean ecosystem in Fido Alliance or Japan or China. And just give me just 4 minutes. This is my research with 330 people in Korea. My company had just government projects that was hosted by Ministry of Science in Korea, and we gathered 330 people, and then we test with a 5 authenticator company like fingerprint and iris and face. And then I just researched about their thinking, how they thinking about biometrics under the Fido ecosystem. My question was, did you ever use biometric with your smartphone? Second question was, what parts do you want to use biometrics? For example, smartphone login only, or banking app, or something like that. And third question was, which is more important to use biometric? Security is more important, or easy to use is more convenient, more important. And fourth question was, which combination do you like? For example, face and iris, or iris and fingerprint, like that. And last question was, are you going to use multi-factor sometime later? Like, even though it is a little bit inconvenient, are you going to use a multi-factor biometrics? That was the whole question here. So let me just summarize very quickly. So my conclusion was, number one question was, have you ever used biometric with your smartphone? So many younger people enjoy biometrics. The younger, the more experience with biometrics. The older, the less, for example. So this shows a number. Second question was, which part do you like to use Fido Alliance solution with biometrics? First one is smartphone login, and second thing was banking apps. And just, for example, card or lock. Of course, email login, I think it would be very important things to be considered, because many people surely showed big interest how to authenticate as a second factor into their email login. But as of today, they do not know exactly the function, and they don't understand exactly. So they showed, again, just login and banking app was first primary reason to use Fido solution. And which is more important to use biometric? Convenience and security. So as you can see, this color showed security, so relatively very high. So if user should choose one of those, they will choose a security. More secure Fido solution, then they will take it Fido solution, for example, like that. And then female especially show big interest in security, like you can see it very high. First question was, if you can use a two-factor, then which combination would be better? So first one is finger plus iris. And the second thing was face and finger. But unfortunately, Samsung manufacturer decided to not just use the iris solution. So, and then other Android phone will remove the iris solution. So I can imagine this combination, like face finger or face and then face voice or face voice, and okay, so face finger and face voice will be another just popular combination. Last one is, I asked them, are you going to use a multi-factor authentication? So many people say very positive. So there are some non-negative, but some few people, they say they don't know, which means that if they are well educated from Fido Alliance or Fido ecosystem, they willing to use it. So that is the last answer from people. So that is my just research. And then lastly, I would like to kindly recommend you think about collaboration among the countries like Japan, China, Korea, and Thailand, and Taiwan together, because it is an Asian company and same culture, and then a similar situation in Korea, in Asian area. Okay, that is my just presentation today. Thank you for listening carefully. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dong Pyo Hong from Raon Sikyo Naka. So we are continuing this session with Mr. Jong Soo Kim, Principal Engineer of Mobile Security Technology Department of Samsung Mobile.
Hello everyone, and first of all, I would like to thank you to the ETDA for preparing this the good event. As he mentioned before, my name is Jong Soo Kim. I'm come from Samsung Electronics, and I'm working in the security technology area in Samsung Mobile. And my job is I'm developing the security something, and then we adapting those kind of technology to our mobile device. And also I co-work with the Fido Alliance and the Fido Korea Working Group, and I'm linking to the Fido Alliance and our company and the collaboration something. Yeah. Okay. Today I would like to speak about this one agenda. The Samsung Electronics introduced. I'm briefly and shortly introduce our company, and then I will show you the one figure about the Fido deployment history of our mobile device. Then I say you too about the why Samsung Electronics and Mobile Division applied the Fido technology. And finally, I will the focus point in near the future something. I will explain about that one. Yeah, actually, the most of person don't know about my company, so I will briefly in here. Samsung Electronics is a global IT company. The 320,000 employees across the 73 countries. Maybe 70% of the employer is outside of the Korea, and we operated 15 regional office and 39 the production base. The 90% of most of our product is produced by in-house our factory. We are continuously manage our supply chain. And we invest so much huge money to R&D and innovation something. So 35 R&D center and 7 design center we are operating in the world. Samsung Electronics has 3 kind of portfolio. So consumer electronics and IT mobile communication and device solution, 3 category has. So Consumer Electronics Division has Consumer Electronics category has 2 business unit operated. The Visual Display Division, the maker TV and digital signage, advertisement something, and Digital Home Appliance Division maker refrigerator, air conditioner, and these days they are continuously adapting the internet and Wi-Fi something to connecting to internet. And IT mobile communication division has a mobile communication the division. So I'm working here. how can this one? Yeah, this mobile communication division I work in here, and especially I work in security division. And we made the mobile phone and tablet and the wearable device and even the notebook we have. And the network division developed the network equipment like a 5G network, some equipment and like that one. And finally, our device solution category operating three kind of the division, and they produce the RAM memory and the flash memory and the application processor, modem chipset, and key component for IT. They make the those kind of the component. Next, this is the Fido deploying history of Samsung Mobile. Actually, the Fido Alliance is founded in 2012, and 1 year later, Samsung joined the Fido Alliance as a board member. And after 5 months, we are launched the first Fido authentication functionalities added phone named Galaxy Galaxy S5. This phone is first our biometric adopted the mobile phone, and we are successfully launching the biometric functionality in this area in this time. And in this point, and why we are adopting the Fido technology in Samsung Galaxy S5, that is some history. So I will explain about that one next slide. Then I will back to the roadmap. At the time, most of Android phone and Samsung Mobile, even the Samsung Mobile phone, provide the several kind of the screen lock program like PIN, password, and the how to say pattern. Pattern. We provided those kind of the technology to unlock. Most of our guys, actually our security guys is put so many kind of the security technology in our mobile device, but most of guys just recognize just two things: the screen lock and the virus program. That's all. That's all kind of the security. So anyway, the screen lock is very important to most of the person, and screen lock is mobile security's basic functionality. So we are focused to the screen lock. Then we try to adapting the fingerprint sensor in this time. During the beta test, internal beta test, very good reviewed from our internal guys. They thought, and this fingerprint, the unlock mechanism is very secure and very convenient, they thought. And so we think we are very successful, and we are enough. But our finance guys and our top level management person is this some challenge to us. Actually, at that time, this fingerprint sensor is a very expensive component. So they say to me, just using the for unlock, you adapting this expensive device and component in here to thousand million to mobile device. They challenge it to us. So we have some we faced some homework about this one. All the biometric authentication use cases are there. So we finally, password problem is not only in the screen lock or something, that is also exists in security service like login, the network login or some other service login. But one problem is left because how to transfer our biometric information to the server safely. this is our Samsung Electronics the mobile division's the principle. Mobile biometric authentication principle is like that one. All biometric functions are performed in secure environment only in mobile device, and biometric templates are not accessible outside of the secure environment. And the biometric template is encrypted and stored only secure, protected by the chipset in mobile phone. So biometric information protected all time. It means never we can export our biometric, our customers' biometric exported to outside, and never send that biometric information to other side. That is our principle. So we are very big challenge, big problem faced. So, but coincidentally, at that time, our innovation center, Samsung Innovation Center, located in USA, they introduced about the Fido, the solution, and Fido Alliance something. So we are reviewed the Fido technology and Fido the principle and the Fido protocol something, and we are very surprised about that one. That is very simple. First one is very simple. Most security guys and the crypto guys is very difficult to say about something, but this is based the PKI based and most of the principle is very simple. So simple and secure and very easy to adopting. So we are Fido Alliance joined to at that time, and we are the launch with the PayPal. At that time, the PayPal is a foundation member of the Fido, and they wanted to collaboration with us for launching the biometric authentication transaction using in PayPal application. At the time, PayPal using the password only in there. After that, we are after we provide the biometric, the recognition, the mechanism to PayPal, very good collaboration scenario is launched at Galaxy S5. From Galaxy S5, we continuously adopting the biometric something, the fingerprint. Sometimes we adopting the iris, and these days we are focused on the biometric face recognition and the fingerprint or something. Our Galaxy latest device also has a Fido related something. So we like this one. We already achieved the Fido Alliance, UAF, UTF, and even the biometric, the component certification we have. And let's back to the history. Yeah, actually at this point we are in this season, the Fido Alliance not published the official spec at the time, so they are operating the Fido Ready the program. From the Fido Ready program and certified the program, two things we already achieved that one. And during that time, Samsung provided the biometric technology to others, and we also using the Fido technology in our service called Samsung Pay and Samsung Pass. Okay. Yeah. So Samsung Pay is similar like the Samsung the Apple Pay or some other the PayPal biometric the credit card service, but Samsung Pay is only the one service using the standard based something. As you know, if Samsung develops some security technology using the biometric and cryptographic or something, maybe we have to many travel to in the world because we have to the explain about what is this and what the technology is based on. Yeah, everywhere we need to explain and lead to the challenge and something. But we never do that because the Fido Alliance is very famous and they know about the something. So it is very good to us. And Samsung Pass is kind of the identity management service for expanded Fido technology. These days, Android is based. Android is provide the Fido technology in their platform, so we don't need to more maybe pass. So, in device side, Samsung is the layered security architecture is adapting to here. So, hardware root of trust and trust boot and kernel Android and SE Android. The layered security mechanism adapting to our mobile device, and we continuously patch the something if we find the problem. And we operating two kind of the separate area, the security trust zone and the secure element. Maybe continuously say about the secure eyes. This one is our secure eyes. So our biometric template is operated only in trust zone and protected by trust zone technology. And if server side, if the service vendor and service provider, if they adapting this Fido server in their server side, maybe we could do the safely the communication from device to the server. Yeah, my presentation is the last part is what we will focus next. So until 2017, we are developing the biometric technology like fingerprint and the iris and face and voice, and we are continuously adapting those kind of technology. But sometimes we remove the feature like iris or something. In my personal opinion, the iris is very secure way, but convenience is less than the fingerprint and the face. So very difficult to the waiting time and something. So we are decide to remove this iris from Galaxy S10. So anyway, Samsung continuously try to adapting the new technology, and sometimes sometimes we are adapting the consumers request like that one. And these days we are focusing on the biometric hardening. The Fido Alliance, the trend is the interoperability to the secure way. They make the level 1, 2, 3. It means they are thought about the security. So, and also last year, Fido Alliance is make a Fido biometric component certification program. It means how to biometric sensor is secure, need to the auditing by third party. Yeah, they need. So we are those kind of requests. We are testing with the iBetter company. This company is official biometric testing name of the Fido Alliance, and also this company is work for the auditing and testing the Visa and MasterCard. They hiring the iBetter for biometric something, and they provide the overall testing of biometric sensor quality and sensor evaluation, and how the testing cruise age, gender, group distribution is suitable, and operating processor, and test planning, and the biometric sensor, internal QA stage. They check those kind of thing, and false acceptance rate, rejection rate, and presentation attack. It really depends. They check the all kind of things. So they better, and we are collaboration each other, and we testing the something. Yeah. If testing is finished, they report to the Fido Alliance, and the Fido Alliance review the report, and if it's suitable, they issuing to the certification about the biometric component. So actually, 2 months ago, every year we are we did the opening event, the launching event of Samsung Galaxy series. So at the time, our CEO is announced announced about the ultra fingerprint system. Is our ultra fingerprint system adopting, and then we received the certification. Yeah, we say about it. So in this page show Samsung these days focus on the security. And next slide is Fido 2. You already heard about the W3C is announced the web authentication mechanism. So actually this is a market share of the browser. So Chrome and Safari and UC, and this one is a Samsung Internet browser. So Samsung Internet browser is 6.83% of the internet market share. So we will within this year we will launch we will adopting the Fido web authentication something into our browser. Next thing is we will continuously enhance the secure technology, and these days we are trying to mix something. So the biometric operation in trust zone and secure key and some private key or private key related PKI, we save the secure element. Samsung mobile device already has the secure element, and we already achieved the UTF, the protocol, UTF, the certification using this secure element. So this secure element security level is common criteria EAL5, and next our device will be EAL6. So we will combine two, then one, and we will targeting to EIDAS and eFido. EIDAS is the European the common identity, government identity, the standard. And if we could do that, if we could have a chance, we could co-work with the ASEAN PKI, the consortium. It's possible. So already, it's possible. Yeah. And maybe this one is our final slide. Actually, from the 2 years before, Samsung Electronics, the whole Samsung Electronics try to connecting each other. So TV, appliance, smartphone, and your refrigerator and your robot, the cleaner has a Wi-Fi device, Wi-Fi component have, and they try to connecting each other. So you can maybe next year, maybe 19% of Samsung electronic device has a IoT ready. So after that, guess what? This is our president to say about this one. Guess what? What will next? Samsung will next. So we try to developing AI and saying something and control mobile device. And if we are adopting the Fido Alliance, the technology, you can say something and you can order some fruit and you can directly credit card something is possible. Yeah. So not this day, not only mobile but also IoT. All we try to continuously focus on the IoT, AI, and security enhancements. We will do that. So we are looking for good Fido use case for user convenience on IoT. So if you have some good idea and if you want to collaboration with our side, and we are open to say with you and yeah, like that one. Actually, as you know, the Samsung Electronics rarely the speaking in Fido. Actually, as you know, the rarely not saying to that one. So because I'm a technical engineer and I dislike the presentation like this one. So yeah, English problem. Yeah. So anyway, if you have a request from your side, Samsung Electronics could support the Fido and your side. Yeah, your coffee break time is more important than this slide, so I will finish this talking. So, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Jong Soo Kim from Samsung. We will take a break for 15 minutes and we will come back for Fido in Japan, China, and Thailand. ค่ะเดี๋ยวไปพักเบรกกันสักครู่นะคะมีขนมด้านนอกแล้วก็ท่านใดที่ดาวน์โหลดสไลด์ไปแล้วทางเรามีการอัปเดตนิดหน่อยสามารถเข้าไปรีเช็คได้ค่ะ
ทำเช้าอย่างปลอดภัยมั่นใจทุกเวลานาทีลงไปมีความหมายทุกสิ่งที่ทำน้อยใหญ่พัฒนาการทำเพื่อให้เศรษฐกิจไทยงานองอาจยั่งยืนพวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดา
พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA
พวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดาเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดาพร้อมให้เราก้าวทันจงมุ่งมั่นให้เป็นวันของเราให้คนไทยได้ทำธุรกรรมค สิ่งที่ทำน้อยใหญ่พัฒนาการทำเพื่อให้เศรษฐกิจไทยงาดองอาจยั่งยืนพวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดา
พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA
พวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดาเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดากว้างใหญ่พร้อมให้เราก้าวทันจงมุ่งมั่นให้เป็นวันของเรา ให้คนไทยได้ทำธุรกรรมคำเช้าอย่างปลอดภัยมั่นใจทุกเวลานาทีลงไปด้วยความหมายทุกสิ่งที่ทำน้อยใหญ่พัฒนาการทำเพื่อให้เศรษฐกิจไทยงาดองอาจยั่งยืนพวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดา
พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA
พวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคื ใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดากว้างใหญ่พร้อมให้เราก้าวทันจงมุ่งมั่นให้เป็นวันของเรา ให้คนไทยได้ทำธุรกรรมคำเช้าอย่างปลอดภัยมั่นใจ ทุกเวลานาทีลงไปด้วยความหมายทุกสิ่งที่ทำน้อยใหญ่พัฒนาการทำเพื่อให้เศรษฐกิจไทยงานองอาจยั่งยืนพวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดา
พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA
พวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดาเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดากว้างใหญ่พร้อมให้เราก้าวทันจงมุ่งมั่นให้เป็นวันของเรา ให้คนไทยได้ทำธุรกรรมคำเช้าอย่างปลอดภัยมั่นใจ ทุกเวลานาทีลงไปด้วยความหมายทุกสิ่งที่ทำน้อยใหญ่พัฒนาการทำเพื่อให้เศรษฐกิจไทยงานองอาจยั่งยืนพวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดา
ETDA พวกเราคือ ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือ ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือ ETDA ETDA วู้
พวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดาเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดากว้างใหญ่พร้อมให้เราก้าวทันจงมุ่งมั่นให้เป็นวันของเราให้คนไทยได้ทำธุรกรรมคำเช้าอย่างปลอดภัยมั่นใจทุกเวลานาทีลงไปด้วยความหมายทุกสิ่งที่ทำน้อยใหญ่พัฒนาการทำเพื่อให้เศรษฐกิจไทยงานองอาจยั่งยืนพวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดา
พวกเราคือ ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือ ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือ ETDA 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 พวกเราคือ ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือ ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือ ETDA ETDA วู้
พวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดาเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดา งาดองอาจยั่งยืนพวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือเอ็ดดาสร้างสะพานแข็งแรงเชื่อมทางไปข้างหน้าคือความหมายที่สื่อเชื่อมโยงโลกใบใหญ่ให้ใกล้เพียงปลายมือคือหน้าที่เอ็ดดา
พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา ETDA พวกเราคือเอ็ดดา
นะคะจะเข้าสู่เซสชั่นสุดท้ายของเราในวันนี้นะคะก็คือจะมีของ Fido in Japan China แล้วก็ Thailand นะคะ May I invite Mr. Naohisa Ishihara Manager of Security Department of Line Corporation and Vice Chairman of Fido Japan WG
Thank you, Sawadee Krap. I'm from Line Corporation, and I think many of guys today will have Line application in your smartphone. Raise your hand. Okay, almost 100%, except maybe Andrew. I'm now Sejara, Manager in Security Department, in charge of Line account security and account hijacking and Fire Alliance board member and Fire Alliance Japan Working Group Vice Chair and so on. This presentation starts from the status of the Fido, what's happening in Japan. We have a regional working group in Japan, like Korea, really proactively. We have a meeting and a discussion, study group and a sub-working group. Many members gathering monthly in the meeting. Global members of Fire Japan Working Group is like this. Really major companies are member of Japan Fire Working Group. NTT Docomo, NTT is one major carrier. Yahoo Japan is one of the top vendor of top internet service provider. And NEC, as you know, Fujitsu, Hitachi also, and SoftBank. Three major carriers are member of Fire Japan Working Group. NTT Docomo, KDDI, SoftBank, and major vendors like Fujitsu, Hitachi, NEC, and Microsoft also. And MUFG is the biggest bank in Japan. Mitsubishi UFJ Bank. They have already deployed the Fido. This is a member that already deployed the Fido in Japan. Line, we are now developing. Will be to be member of the 5 deployments. And yeah, in Japan, many companies are providing and also succeeded the deployment of the Fido. And this is a annual meeting, annual conference held in Tokyo. This is 5th one. So many attendees gathered. And Andrew here's Andrew, I'm there, and more than 300 audience gathered. Speaking in the case of NTT Docomo, starting from 2015, they have released the Fido-enabled devices. Now, almost more than 95% of smartphone supporting Fido from NTT Docomo. So then, NTT Docomo or user basically must have a D account. D account user can very easily use Fido. And last year, Yahoo Japan already released the Fido 2, enabling the web services in the Android device. So then, by the way, why and what we expect Fido in Japan and at the standpoint of the Line Corporation. First one, you have today repeatedly hear this point, passwordless experience. This is not only the benefit for user, but also the service provider's point of view. We don't need to, how can I say, we don't need to care about the kind of password-related issues like I forgot the password or account recovery program and so on. There's so many costs are needed in order to maintain the password. That is first point. And second point, absolutely is security. Especially for anti-phishing, it's really serious problem. I think almost global. Even in Japan, many banks, the damages, so much damages by by phishing. And normally, phishing site will take ID and password like in the middle model. And even though the service provider provided the one-time password, that will be faked by using the middle. But in case of Fido, even though ID and password is faked by in the middle, but from Fido protocol point of view and a trusted model implemented in Fido, phishing site cannot fake the service finally, because one is this is a challenge and response, so then it's impossible to reuse the response and request and response. And second one is the key inside the user side, stored in the user side, and so without getting the key from the user side, phishing site cannot fake it, and also Fido client side will always trust the request based on the domain or the application that requests to the Fido client. So then, even though phishing site try to fake the Fido client, but phishing site will be different from the real service. So then, Fido client cannot make the signature. That is the point. And this is the introduction of the online. So this is the almost copy of the Fido Line Fido seminar in Austin. So then, in the US, most of the people don't know Line, but today, fortunately, most of attendees know Line. So I will almost skip. We have started 2011. And for major regions, we have so many users. As of today, in Thailand, almost 40 million monthly active users we have. The population is, I think, 60 million or 60 something million in Thailand. So very high level, high percentage of the Thailand people are using Line. And I've just checked before this presentation. As of yesterday, Thailand people sending the text message only in one day, 4 billion text messages in one day within the Thailand people only. Sorry. 1 billion. 1 billion is in Thailand, and 4 billion text message in global, including Japan and Taiwan. But anyway, it's a very major platform, becoming a major platform. And as you may know, the line is, on one hand, this is a messaging app, but on the other hand, we have so many services based on the line's application, which means the line's identity. So we are identity provider in a sense. And also bridging between real and digital, like taxi service. This is available in Thailand, as you know. Actually, the really similar service has launched in 3 years ago in Japan, but now we have stopped the service, unfortunately. But in Thailand, it's really success. But anyway, we have food delivery service. Line Man also includes the food delivery and taxi and so on. It's a very major application in Thailand. And recently we have also line ticket service. It's a digital ticket service for the sport and concert and so on. And Line Mobile, I think Line Mobile also launched in Thailand, right? Yes. And in Japan, we have AI speaker. And also, this is virtual home robot. That girl will dance in the 3D, and she will talk with the user. And one of the Japanese guy really would like fall in love that girl, and he's really seriously thinking about the getting marriage with her. It's really very important news. But anyway, now we are providing also the really brand new communication tools. Not only Line. Line is text and voice, and pictures and videos. But this is really hand-free communication tools. And also fintechs. We have already released the virtual currency and insurance. And from this year, we are preparing bank services and blockchain platform already released last year. This means that we have several possibilities of the services, and but on the other hand, based on the Line account. But sometimes some of the services need the additional authentication based on risk or based on services. So then we have to think about many possible use cases when we deploy the Fido in Line. This is a slide for explaining the possibility of the Fido deployment. Several use cases we can think about when deploying Fido, but important point is not all use cases are available for Fido. This is very important point from relying parties' point of view. For example, as a mobile application, we have Line account, but as you may know, only one Line account can be available for one mobile device. Then when you purchase a new device, like a new iPhone, you have to migrate that account to the new device. But Fido, based on the key and a biometric template must be stored in the client side. That will be never exported to outside. That is a basic privacy policy. So then that means for the account migration use case, Fido is out of scope. That kind of consideration is very important when we practically deploy the Fido. And also some use cases like offline UX. When we just open the application in front, even though there's network is disabled, but application must be in front. But Fido is online protocol, so then this kind of offline use case is out of scope of Fido. But many use cases we can consider the Fido to deploy. And Line is not only mobile but also the PC version. So PC version is also available, and Line Pay and IoT use cases, and web and cloud, AI speaker, and fintech also. In the case of file registration, we can deploy the UF or U2F, both or both. Thanks to Google, recently, even mobile application can support Fido too. So maybe not U2F should be Fido too. Yes, and not only from account registration stage, but also from setting menu, we should support that kind of file registration function. Line also have a social login, like a web login using OpenID Connect. In that case, also UF and sorry, it's not UTF, Fido 2 will be available. Fido 2 is available for in case of Android. And social login in mobile native application. Actually, most of cases, this is Line application, and this is another third-party application. When third-party application require the Line login, that from a user experience point of view, that is we are calling app to app. Application is calling to the Line app, and Line app already having the available token, and that means if the user verified and authorized to give the access token to the third-party app, that will be automatically back to the third-party app. So then, in this context, Fido is really is not needed in some cases, but for some cases, third-party app may request to Line app in some use cases, like when purchase something. And in that case, Line app should display the Fido UI and to request the authenticate by using fingerprint or face and so on. And social login, yes, this is also the same. And setting configuration, yes. From when changing the password, normally the old password is needed, but instead of that, we may request the fingerprint authentication. And desktop application also the same. For the desktop application, in case of Windows, Windows 10 version Line can support Windows Hello based file feature. But in case of the actually there are two versions of the Line application for Windows 10 version and old version Windows. Old version Windows have to support in other way. And for the Line Pay, yes, UF and plus Fido 2. We are now developing some financial services and line pay to deploy the Fido at least. And for web, Bitbox is only available for web, so that means Fido 2 or U2F only will be available. This is a future use case, but IoT case for IoT control, like a live application can be the key to start the engine of the car, like turning on the air conditioner or monitoring and watching your house by using this smartphone. If the authentication is needed, instead of the input password by finger, very easy to authenticate by hand. And also, freehand authentication could be also the future user experience of the authentication. Like in case of AI speaker, I don't have smartphone, but here's the AI speaker, but I want to purchase something through this AI speaker, but AI speaker have to identify me. So then voice recognition or something might be needed, or the request sent to my smartphone, and once I have to take out my smartphone and authenticate by finger, this kind of use case could be available in future. So then, in the center we have a line and a line account, and surrounding that line account, there are so many use cases, possible use cases, from line family application and game and desktop application and any kind of third-party application of web on a mobile application, and IoT use cases in future. This is a summary of the use case and corresponding file protocol. And the summary. As for the coverage point of view, we are thinking of possible any cases and possible services that we can apply Fido and not only line. And second one, we have already developed and succeeded to get certification of universal server. Universal server means that complies UAF, U2F, and Fido 2, every protocol supported. We have already. And web, mobile, and PC client, every kind of devices we have to take into account. That will be covered in the Fido use cases. But still, we have to take into account issues like account recovery, because account recovery is really different area of the problems of the Fido. And harmonization of UAF and Fido 2. I think that most of the attendees don't understand somehow well about what is the difference with UAF and Fido 2, but almost now Fido 2 is becoming really standard one, and UAF started from mobile application protocol. But anyway, so far maybe we need to think about UAF harmonization of the UAF and Fido 2. An important point, and maybe every relying party big issue will be integration. From protocol point of view and just use case point of view, there are so many documents and so many references in the internet. But when we do integration in our real existing services, that takes time, takes communication with the developers and so on. The thinking of the future of the Fido. Fido is the one piece of the authentication method, but now the new era of digital identity is coming. So then we need to think about this new standpoint of the Fido in future, and for connected world, and how to make a disruption of the password, really legacy password world. I have only one minute. Now I'm thinking of new era of digital identity is coming. On one hand, but on the other hand, in parallel, AI-based technology is coming and to creating the new value of digital identity. For example, in China, most of the Chinese people having the score of himself, and that is also the part of the function is also provided in Japan, for financial area. Scoring is also the really augmented aspects of digital identity. And mass surveillance in China, as you know, this also the augmented digital identity. Government or Big Brother would like to understand who is doing what now and what he did yesterday and where he is and so on. This is also the new era of digital identity. And like Amazon Go and automated store, we don't need to give something in the store. Just after enter the store will identify me. Oh, here is now say Hara, and he take up a Coke and beers, and that's everything will be identified based on the AI. And also eKYC. Actually, the day before yesterday, LINE Pay in Japan has released eKYC, and that could be maybe also be used for other countries very soon, probably. But this is really, really based on the Japanese regulation. Then, after the presenting the driver's license, I have to like this and make a smile, and this is needed to prove I am the person printed in my driver's license. And deepfake is also really recently really casual technology can make the fake of the identity. Recently, in Japan, very famous researcher succeeded to create like Obama's president face from the white paper by using put the piece of the colors on the white paper to create deep fake. Just asking, this is Obama or not? No. 30% no, like this. So then repeatedly ask this AI and repeatedly learn something from the response that researcher succeeded to create. He succeeded, Brad Pitt or something like that. Finally, the picture is not the picture. The picture is just a piece of the colors. Like this kind of deep fake technology succeeded. So then that means the really augmented digital identity. And so Fido could be one piece of new era of digital identity. So very important technology, I believe. Then LINE has joined Fido Alliance as a board member since 2017. And last year we succeeded certification. And this year we'll succeed deployment and make it open source. By 2020, if possible, we want to deploy for every services. And there is a LINE Engineer blog here. You can read by even English. That's all. Thank you very much.
Okay, so we are continue with the Fido in China. May I invite Mr. Henry Chai, CEO of Unique ID Technology, Fido China.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Henry Chai. I'm so glad of being here, being in this building second time to talk about the Fido in China. And also thanks Karen, especially for those warm memories about those photos. So talking about China, I hate to say China is different, but as you can imagine, China is always unique at least. So Fido in China, we met a lot of different challenges, as well as we see a lot of different opportunities. So I'm trying to cover it briefly. So let's start from, no? Yes, too much. So let's start from the Fido China Working Group. I'm happy to say that the Fido China Working Group is the first regional group within Fido Alliance, established almost 3 years. Also, after I introduced how complex situation in China. So in China, from mission point of view, the first is definitely we need to build a fluent communication channel, both internally and internationally, to deliver what will be the key value about this new technology, especially for strong authentication, and what will be the local requirement for strong authentication and building a bridge for them. I think this is a fundamental role for Fido China Working Group. More specifically in China, we did a lot of work to promote Fido deployments, because only when people use it, this technology can be really useful. And from another point of view, we need to understand the localized requirements, some from government, some from industry. What will be their expectations on strong authentication? It's maybe kind of different from a technology point of view, but we need to understand those requirements and somehow even feedback to the Fido Alliance, or even enrich our technology to be best fit into all the usage scenarios. As a China Working Group, I'm honored to, in charter about the Fido China Working Group, we are even entitled to the power to define local extensions to support maybe China unique requirements. So this is the overall role for the Fido China Working Group. So today we have around 40 members in China, starting from Alibaba, Lenovo, Fission as a Fido Alliance board member, together with several sponsors and associates membership. And there is something unique role here is we have, so those two are actually government official institutes to define technology standards, especially in mobile internet space or cyberspace security space. So we have those two here as our Fido member. And next page, I'll go to next. So we established Fido China Working Group 3 years ago, but the first tough challenge is in China for smartphone, for OEMs, whether make their own phone to be Fido enabled may not on their top priority at that time. Why I say that? Because recent years, China mobile phone makers made a good progress worldwide. But 3 years ago, maybe only Huawei itself has the ambition to going abroad, outside of China. Xiaomi, as such a successful mobile phone makers in China, but 3 years ago, their only focus is maybe China plus partial of India. And especially for some other brands like Oppo, Vivo, and also some brands already disappeared, they putting their top business priority is maybe not be Fido enabled, but to how to making their own stronger and stronger. And things getting more worse here, I didn't mention in the slides, but in China, even till today, for those phones who deployed Fido, who enabled Fido, who passed the Fido certification already, they also deployed 2 other similar components, which is doing almost the same functionalities. Why they do that? Because in China, everyone knows, every Chinese using WeChat, not Line, sorry, using WeChat. But WeChat defined its own authentication architecture called Salter, supporting biometrics. They have no ambition to do anything called industry alliance. They just doing WeChat internal API called Salter. But everyone needs to do business in China need to have Salter capability. So this is first priority. And secondly, I'll talk it later. Alipay actually is the first service provider in China deployed a FIDO-based solution, but 3 years ago, but even 4 years ago, which make Alipay the first mobile pay app in China can support fingerprint confirmation running on Samsung Note 4, which is the only one FIDO-enabled smartphone 4 years ago in China. But after that, Alipay decided it's not so difficult, so Alipay called for another alliance called IFA, International Financial Authentication Alliance, to do similar things like FIDO Alliance, what we have did today. So IFA runs great, fast, but in China, so that's why even till today, each single phone sold in China, they need to have 3 different components doing same functionalities for authentication base. Samsung suffered a lot. Huawei suffered a lot. Xiaomi suffered a lot, even till today. So especially in China, because Alipay, because WeChat's dominance, FIDO component is the 3rd priority for this. I'm sorry to say that. So even till today, I'm happy to say that most of the major brands in China, cell phone brands, are FIDO enabled, but not 100% yet. And given the FIDO 2 world, given Android 7 already got FIDO certificate, but things are not getting easier because Google Play services cannot be accessed in China, so this still continue happen. So FIDO channel work is the first one. And even based on this, let's back to the FIDO deployment in China. I'm happy to say that today in China, around 600 banks, there are Tier 1 is the top 4 nationwide banks. 3 of those 4 are deployed a FIDO-based solution. And for the Tier 2, there are 13 also nationwide commercial banks. Nearly half of them are deployed a FIDO-based solution already for their mobile app, and plus some other local banks already. So I think today FIDO is getting very famous for those banks, but the usage cases are almost similar. 2 cases: one, login, mobile app; second one, confirmation when you transfer money. So those are for mobile banks. And starting from last year, the FIDO starting to serve for security segments. All those top 5 security segments, the case is quite similar to mobile bank apps. And starting from late last year, given FIDO 2 getting mature, and given FIDO 2 support not only smartphone but also PC base. So right now there are several initiatives ongoing to support PC-based scenarios. The first one, today who use PC? Large enterprise. And the second one is all the government services. So right now, both those 2 parts are starting looking to FIDO-based, especially FIDO 2-based usage scenarios to serve for e-government and also for some other part, for large enterprises. I'm not sure whether you know this company. This company is National Grid. They already position FIDO-based strong authentication as their fundamental infrastructure for nationwide. National Grid, they have 1 million employees in China. So this is some part. This is some FIDO 2 deployment. And also I'd like to share one very innovative usage cases which is not covered in the slides because it's not announced yet. It will be announced next month. So I'm not allowed to put it in into the slides, but I really would like to share this usage case to everybody. It's still, let's back to the financial segments. Fido is so strong. Fido can do everything. But why today we only use Fido for login, for money transfer confirmation? Can we do anything more? But in China, if you know the banking industry, back to the old times, they will offer USB-based security key to provide all the online transactions. When you to open a bank account, they will provide one key for free. It's happened since 20 years ago. It still happened today. Last year, even though nobody, as an individual, as a consumer, we use smartphone to most of the transactions online. But even in last year, it's still a $1 billion business. China banks offered free 200 million keys to individuals, no matter whether the individual use it or not, because the old bank infrastructure is still based on the USB, things like PTI, but based on the USB key, secure USB key. However, on the other side, nobody uses PC for banking anymore. Why we cannot making our smartphone to be USB key, financial-based USB key? This idea is not smart, but actually this idea triggered three quite different challenges. The first one is technology-wide. Previous day, the bank is pretty simple. The bank purchase key from vendors. Done. Technology is done. However, today, if we can buy any kind of technology, making a smartphone to be key enabled, there are at least 10 major phone makers in China. There are 600 banks in China. Who will talk to who to make one single technology to make it happen? Luckily, we have Fido, even though Fido is not designed for this purpose. However, Fido somehow provide a single integrated interface between the mobile bank apps and smartphone. And the most important thing is Fido is designed to store using TE or secure element to store confidential information inside. So if we upgrade Fido for this specific purpose, it at least will provide a unified technology solution for this. So it's already happening right now. We have nearly 100 banks already deployed the Fido-based solution. We have all the major phone OEMs has Fido capabilities. So right now, if we look into those solutions from the security point of view, we have a pretty good technology common base to do this. This is first technology-wide. It can happen. And secondly, for any financial innovations, at least in China, I'm not sure what happened worldwide, the first thing they care about is not a risk, it's not a security, it's not everything. The first thing the banks consider is regulation. How central bank will think about this implementation. Actually, the reason triggers the mobile phone key usage, smartphone as security key usage is because 3 years ago, China Central Bank issued a new regulation for any online money transfer beyond 50K RMB, not a large money, needs protection from either e-signature or certificate, which means you can transfer a small amount of money, but if the money reach 50K RMB, it needs kind of a protection. But a certificate in China banking segment means USB key. So with those technology, we worked a lot with the China regulation makers for financial segments to convince them this type of implementation follows or complies to regulation. So this is the second challenge. And the third challenge is the business model challenge. Unlike previous, the banks that just purchase key from vendors, if today we as a individual, we as consumer, when we make a decision to buy a Samsung key or a Samsung phone or buy a Huawei phone, we will not consider which bank app I will use using that phone. It's a late decision. And back to the banks, previously they pay the key cost to vendor directly, but now nobody knows his user, which phone he will use, so how banks pay to who. So from business model point of view, there needs a kind of a key operator role, which run independently to gathering money from a bank by accumulating the active users and then pay back to different phone makers for its real phone. So we discussed this and explored this together with the whole industry and for a try run for nearly a year. And I hope next month, we can publish this with First Bank together with the first top phone makers in China. And actually, Samsung China is also talking us with on this new implementation. So this is just one case study I want to share is Fido looks like it's only does strong authentication, but based on this, all the achievements we have, we can enable a lot of new innovative usage cases to do many other things. So this is a standard. During the lunchtime, I was asked that whether China government would like to issue a different standard on strong authentication. I'm happy to say that yes, our big brother always wants something different. However, they are also so smart right now. They will not do something from scratch, from zero. They would like to leveraging what happening or what will be the best practice already there in the industry by adding some of their own requirements. Let me give you a pretty simple example. I still remember in the Fido 1.0 time, the crypto algorithm we have fixed the crypto algorithm. However, in China, even more than 10 years ago, there is a law saying that any crypto-related software sold in China must have a China crypto algorithm inside. So at the Fido 1.0 time, even for the Alipay case, Alipay is the first one for the try run to using Fido. Actually, we put the server at Hong Kong just for try run purpose. So, but it's pretty easy for Fido to fine-tune our architecture to make the crypto algorithm be pluggable. So all the Fido solutions right now in China, they have they already integrated the China crypto algorithm already. So this standard also we worked with several government officials talking about the information security technologies, biometric authentication protocol framework based on a trusted environment. You can simply regarding this as another interpretation about the Fido. But Fido, those 4 characters will never appear on the national standard-wide point of view. It's already getting published, and it will effective from May 1st and have no influence on what the whole Fido Alliance, the whole industry, is already invested on. So I'm so happy to share this with us. Next, in China, we also very honored to have several accredited labs to do Fido-related certification, CTTL, DPLS, and ICBC in China. So the purpose for this is to serve many China whole ecosystem to making their certification be more efficient. I think that work is still ongoing with the Fido Alliance's support. We hope those 3 labs can do a better job to support the ecosystem much well. But actually, next month, I remember we will have a certification event at Korea again, and several I received several requests that they will still come to Korea, which means those 3 labs did not perform 100% as we expected. So we will continue working on this. So back to the Fido in China, what will be the future? I think the first one is doing localization together with encouraging innovation. We need educate the regulators what Fido can do and convince them this is the best practice so far, and they can add in their own requirements, but do not hurt the fundamentally about the Fido. And especially when Fido 2 getting widely adopted, when Fido 2 getting so successfully worldwide, how can we making Fido 2 more deployments in China? We may starting from the large enterprise segment and the e-government segment. And secondly, this is on slides, so it's a more positive saying how can we collaborate to win, but in short is how can we collaborate with IFA together to make the strong authentication technology really beneficial every single customer. I still regarding this as maybe things happening 3 years ago with Google or with Microsoft. They have something new, they have something own, they have something very good to solve specific areas. How can we merge together? How can we working together? So this cooperate to win. And the third thing is just like what happening in the world, the privacy protection is getting more and more attention in China. Let's forget about the government part. I mean, previously, we never talk about the government on this, but from the business point of view, for example, like WeChat, like Alipay, those 2 giants in China, they know everything about me, even better than myself. They know everything. So China government is starting looking at this, people starting realizing this, how to protect your privacy, how to do not encouraging some gray industry which can even sell data or even picture yourself much better than you. So China is starting looking at this, both from industry and from government. Several regulations are in draft, but with those 2 giants there, it's really hard, but starting looking at this. Fido, specifically for strong authentication, did a very good job and had very good credit in this. We have pretty good relationship with PSD2. We fully comply with GDPR, and it's being regarded as a pretty good best practice, even worldwide. So it's so most of the regulators right now are trying to learn from Fido and to learn from this. So we have right now working with them to helping on the biometrics privacy protection on this. So I think this is maybe the Fido's major working purpose, working target in China. Specifically for the working group, I will not go to detail about those parts, but still we are making our keep our digital channels alive, keeping our digital channels providing the necessary information to share to all the members and to serve members for a better Fido world, to tell them what will be the new technologies or new use cases can be done and to serve them. And of course, we'll plan event marketing as well. We already have 3rd times Beijing seminar. I hope this year we can do a much successful one, and talking with different vertical and local segments to make this more happen. Thank you. That's all my share. Any questions?
มีคำถามไหมคะ
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this one. The iPhone does not have Chinese version, but every customer, every Fido deployment will ask for iPhone. So iPhone will not say no for Fido-based solution. So we can run on iPhone. Not certified. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Henry Chai from UniID Technology. Next session will be Fido in Thailand ขอเรียนเชิญคุณไพชยนต์วิมุตตนันท์และคุณเฉลิมชัยบวรนันท์ตัวแทนจากสำนักงานพัฒนาธุรกรรมทางอิเล็กทรอนิกส์ค่ะ
Okay, when they're trying to set up all the stuff, I'm going to intro up in English a bit about what we are going to do here. We are going to show how we are going to, move next into Fido by we are trying to make an example of the system that using a advanced authentication solution. Part of it is authenticator that we are inspired by Fido quite heavily. We try to make this authenticator into Fido. Right now, it's not Fido. It's you use public key authentication, but not really Fido right now. We are trying to go for UAF and then Fido 2 in the next maybe in this year. I hope. So we are not going to sell anything. This is just an example of the product. We try to make an example for any maybe government or private sector in Thailand that try to follow our initiation and have a very advanced authentication system for them for their service. Okay, then we're going. Right now we are going to switch in Thai, and if you want to know more about how what we are doing here, you can ask. โอเคงั้นตอนนี้เราจะพูดภาษาไทยกันเลยนะครับวันนี้เราพูดภาษาอังกฤษกันมาทั้งวันแล้วเพราะฉะนั้นเราพูดภาษาไทยแล้วล่ะตอนนี้คือเหมือนที่ผมพูดไปตะกี้เราไม่ได้ขายของนะครับวันนี้เป็นสิ่งที่เราตั้งใจจะทำขึ้นมาเพื่อแสดงให้เห็นว่าไม่ใช่แสดงให้เห็นสิเรียกว่าไงคือเหมือนกับต้องการที่จะทำ authentication system ที่มันใช้ public key จริงๆดั้งเดิมของ ETDA เราเคยทำสิ่งที่เรียกว่า mobile PKI มาก่อนอดีตที่ผ่านมาเนี่ยแต่เป็นโมบาย PKI เนี่ยมันเป็นของที่มันใช้ยากเพราะว่าสมัยก่อนเนี่ยนี่คือสมัยประมาณโนเกีย3310อะไรนั่นแหละคือสมัยนั้นยังไม่มีสมาร์ทโฟนโมบาย PKI เนี่ยมันต้องใช้ซิมการ์ดทีนี้พอใช้ซิมการ์ดปุ๊บเนี่ยมันก็เลยมีปัญหาตรงที่ว่ามันต้อง invest ลงที่ไปซื้อซิมการ์ดใหม่เพราะซิมการ์ดที่โอเปอเรเตอร์ใช้ปัจจุบันเนี่ยมันไม่ซัพพอร์ตแล้วแถมยังต้องใช้พอพูดถึง PKI ปั๊บมันก็มี CA พอมี CA ปั๊บมันก็มีเงินเพราะฉะนั้นก็เลยไม่ค่อยได้รับความนิยมเท่าไหร่เพราะว่ามันกลายเป็นว่ามันต้องเปลี่ยนอะไรเยอะเพื่อจะทำ authentication พอมาถึงสมัยนี้ปุ๊บเนี่ยเรามีสมาร์ทโฟนละพอเป็นสมาร์ทโฟนเนี่ยก็คงได้ฟังกันตั้งแต่เช้าแล้วนะก็คือสมาร์ทโฟนเนี่ยมันมี security chip ในตัวเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยมันสามารถจะทำงานคล้ายๆกับเป็นสมาร์ทการ์ดได้แล้วก็ว่าทำไมเราไม่ใช้ public key ล่ะถ้าอย่างนี้ดูทำไปทำมาสักพักหนึ่งเฮ้ยมันเหมือน Fido เลยเพราะฉะนั้นเราก็เลยคิดว่างั้นก็ทำเป็น Fido ซะเลยดีกว่าแต่ในขณะนี้เนี่ยเรายังไม่ได้เป็น Fido ทีเดียวนะครับมันยังเป็นลักษณะที่เหมือนกับว่ายังเป็น public key base แต่ไม่ใช่ Fido สิ่งที่เราทำเพื่ออะไรเราทำเพื่อจะแสดงให้เห็นว่าเฮ้ยมันทำได้คนที่ต้องการจะทำแบบเนี้ยในประเทศไทยเนี่ยไม่ว่าจะราชการหรือเอกชนก็ตามเนี่ยถ้าจะทำเนี่ยไม่ได้ยากมากนักขนาดเราเนี่ยซึ่งจริงๆแล้วพูดถึงเรายังแอดวานซ์น้อยกว่าเอกชนบางรายนะก็เรายังสามารถที่จะพอจะเข็นมันออกมาได้ถ้าหากว่าใครอยากจะทำนี่ผมว่ามันง่ายมากถ้าอยากจะทำนะมันเป็นเหมือนกับเราต้องการจะแบบจะยุให้ทำกันนะในประเทศไทยเนี่ยอยากให้มีคนทำกันเยอะๆงั้นก็ตัวเนี้ยจริงๆแล้วมันก็เรียกอะไรล่ะเราต้องการทำให้มันครบวงจรด้วยไม่ได้ต้องการให้มันเป็นแค่authentication อย่างเดียวในเนี้ยเราจะมีตั้งแต่การทำ enrollment ก็คือว่าเมื่อเช้าอาจจะมีคนสงสัยกันว่าไอ้ Fido เนี่ยเรา secure ดีละแต่ตอนที่เราเอา ID สร้าง ID ขึ้นมาในระบบเนี่ยมันสร้างยังไงเรามีส่วนที่เป็นส่วนนี้ด้วยเราทำให้ดูนะอันนี้ไม่ได้ขายนะนี่เป็นการโชว์ให้ดูว่าถ้าใช้แนวทางนี้ก็ทำได้โดยเราจะใช้วิธีการยืนยันตัวตนจากบัตรประชาชนแล้วก็สร้าง ID ขึ้นมาในโทรศัพท์มือถือแล้วก็เอาโทรศัพท์มือถือเนี่ย authenticate กับอะไรก็ได้ที่มันเป็น Internet Service ซึ่งขบวนการหลังบ้านเนี่ยใช้ Public Key Authentication ส่วนในตัวบัตรประชาชนเนี่ยเราใช้วิธีการพิสูจน์บัตรประชาชนตามแบบที่กรมการปกครองกำหนดนะไม่ได้คิดขึ้นเองนะอันนี้เพราะฉะนั้นเดี๋ยวผมให้ผู้ที่เป็นฝ่ายเทคนิคคลุกคลีกินนอนกับเรื่องนี้นะเขาเล่าให้ฟังว่ามันเป็นยังไงนะครับ
ครับก็อันนี้นะครับตัว ETDA Mobile Key มันจะเป็น Mobile Application ในรูปแบบที่คุณไพชยนต์บอกไปเมื่อสักครู่นะครับก็คือแทนที่จะใช้ username password เนี่ยในการทำ authentication เราใช้หลักการของคล้ายๆ Fido ครับเป็น public key private key ในการ authentication ทีนี้หลักการของมันก็เหมือน หน้าสไลด์ที่เปิดไปเมื่อกี้ก็คือไอตัวปกติแล้วเนี่ยเวลาเราใช้ username password เนี่ยตัว password เนี่ยมันจะไป secret เนี่ยมันจะไปอยู่บนเซิร์ฟเวอร์นะครับแต่ด้วยรูปแบบของ public private key authentication เนี่ยไอตัว secret เนี่ยมันจะไปอยู่ในตัวโมบายนะครับเวลาที่จะมีการ authent ขึ้นมาเนี่ยตัวเซิร์ฟเวอร์เนี่ยมันก็จะส่ง challenge message ไปให้ตัวโมบายนะครับแล้วตัวโมบายเนี่ยก็จะลงลายมือชื่อดิจิตอลกลับมาให้ทางตัวเซิร์ฟเวอร์เนี่ยเป็นคน verify ถ้า verify ถูกก็เข้าระบบได้ถ้า verify ผิดก็ reject ออกจากระบบนะครับคนที่ตอบคำถามเนี่ยในเรื่อง authentication จะเป็น ส่วนของโมบายนะครับอันนี้เป็นหลักการคล้ายๆ Fido นะครับก็ก่อนที่จะเข้าไปล็อกอินหรือว่าทำ authentication แน่นอนมันจะต้องมีการลงทะเบียนก่อนหรือการ enrollment ทีเนี้ย enrollment เนี่ยเราทำให้อยู่ในรูปแบบของ kiosk นะครับkiosk ที่ว่าเนี่ยเป็น self service ดังนั้นอ่ะคนที่มาลงทะเบียนที่ kiosk เนี่ยจะต้องพิสูจน์ตัวตนก่อนก็คือใช้บัตรประชาชนของเขานะครับจะพิสูจน์ตัวตนยังไงก็คือพิสูจน์ว่าคนที่ถือบัตรประชาชนมาเนี่ย เป็นเจ้าของบัตรประชาชนจริงๆนะครับในบัตรประชาชนของเราเนี่ยมันจะมีลายนิ้วมืออยู่แล้วก็รูปภาพเราก็จะใช้ลายนิ้วมือแล้วก็รูปภาพเนี่ยพิสูจน์นะครับก็คือเดี๋ยวเริ่มเดโมให้ดูครับก็ขอสวิตช์นะครับ
โอเคเดี๋ยวให้ดูเครื่องอ่านกันนะครับอันนี้คงจะคุ้นๆกันอยู่ถ้าเดินไปตามสถานีรถไฟฟ้าเวลานี้เนี่ยตู้สีชมพูนะตอนธนาคารแห่งหนึ่งนะก็จะใช้เครื่องรุ่นนี้ธนาคารแห่งนั้นไม่รู้วันนี้มาหรือเปล่าน่าจะมาหรือเปล่ามาไม่รู้แต่ว่าเนี่ยเครื่องรุ่นเดียวกันเลยนะ
ในการพิสูจน์ตัวตนเนี่ยว่าเราเป็นเจ้าของบัตรจริงหรือเปล่าเราก็จะ เริ่มต้นด้วยการเสียบบัตรประชาชนนะครับลงไปนะครับเครื่องอ่านบัตรก็จะอ่านข้อมูลของเราขึ้นมาว่าบัตรประชาชนใบนี้เป็นของเฉลิมชัยบวรนั้นนะครับเลขประจำตัวเท่านี้จากนั้นเราก็เอาลายนิ้วมือของเราเนี่ยสแกนเพื่อเทียบกับลายนิ้วมือที่อยู่ในบัตรประชาชนที่ลงทะเบียนไว้กับทางเขตหรือกรมการปกครองนะครับอันนี้ก็พิสูจน์สำเร็จละปึ๊บต่อไปก็ใช้ใบหน้านะครับเทียบอันนี้เป็นการพิสูจน์ว่าคนที่ถือบัตรมาเนี่ยเป็นเจ้าของบัตรจริงๆต่อไปเนี่ยก็เป็นการพิสูจน์ว่าบัตรเนี้ยออกโดยใครบัตรก็ต้องออกโดยกรมการปกครองนะครับตัวแอปพลิเคชันเนี่ยก็จะมีเป็นโปรแกรมนะครับในการยิงเว็บเซอร์วิสไปตรวจสอบสถานะบัตรกับกรมการปกครองถ้าเกิดถูกต้องเนี่ยสถานะบัตรก็จะขึ้นมาเป็นปกตินะครับเท่านี้ก็พิสูจน์ได้แล้วว่าเราเป็นเจ้าของบัตรประชาชนจริงๆแล้วก็บัตรประชาชนเนี่ยออกโดยกรมการปกครองนะครับทีนี้ต่อไปเนี่ยพอลงทะเบียนเราก็จะต้องจำเป็นต้องใช้โมบายนะครับในการเชื่อมโยงข้อมูลนะครับกับระบบ ETDA Mobile Key นะครับขั้นตอนนี้จ จะเป็นการตัว mobile application เนี่ยจะสร้าง private และ public key นะครับพอสร้างเสร็จแล้วเนี่ยก็จะส่ง public key เนี่ยกลับไปเก็บไว้ที่เซิร์ฟเวอร์นะครับตอนนี้เท่านี้ก็เป็นเสร็จสิ้นในการลงทะเบียนแล้วครับพอลงทะเบียนเสร็จหน้าจอมันก็จะพร้อมขึ้นให้ใช้งานนะครับเวลาใช้งานเนี่ยก็ใช้ตัวโมบายเนี่ยในการสแกนนะครับถ้าเกิดใครเคยใช้ LINE เนี่ยมันก็จะรูปแบบคล้ายๆกันเวลาจะล็อกอิน LINE เข้าแล็ปท็อปอะไรพวกเนี้ยเขาก็จะมี QR code นะครับรูปแบบเนี่ยมันทำได้หลายรูปแบบแต่ทีนี้เราจะขอย้ายนิดนึงครับผมจะลองล็อกอินเข้าระบบdocument signing นะครับก็เปิด QR code ขึ้นมาแล้วก็ใช้จังหวะนี้นะครับก็จะเป็นการunlock private key นะครับจากนั้นตัวโมบายเนี่ยก็จะตอบ digital signature กลับไปที่เซิร์ฟเวอร์ให้เซิร์ฟเวอร์ verify นะครับถ้าเกิด verify ถูกต้องมันก็จะวิ่งเข้าระบบได้นะครับอันนี้ก็เป็นหลักการคร่าวๆที่ทำขึ้นมานะครับ
โหจบแล้วนะครับไวมากคือเดี๋ยวกี้แก้นิดนึงคือตรงที่เราเช็คกับกรมปกครองนี่คือเช็คว่าบัตรมันถูกยกเลิกหรือเปล่านะครับคงจำกรณีที่โด่งดังเมื่อนานมาแล้วได้ว่ามีการยกเลิกบัตรเกิดขึ้นแล้วปรากฏไม่มีการตรวจสอบวันนี้ปรากฏไปเปิดอะไรต่ออะไรได้เฉยเลยแล้วก็อันนี้มันจะเป็นจริงๆกรมปกครองเขามีช่องให้เช็คอะแต่ว่าคือก็ต้องเจรจากันก็ผมเข้าใจว่าไม่มันต้องขออนุญาตเลยสักอย่างผมไม่แน่ใจแต่เขาก็ไม่ได้ห่วงห้ามนะรู้สึกจะใช้กันทุกคนนะก็เพราะฉะนั้นอันนี้เป็นโปรโตไทป์ของคีย์ของการใช้งานคีย์เป็น authenticator แบบค่อนข้างจะครบวงจรจริงๆยังขาดไปหน่อยนึงก็คือส่วนของการอะไรนะ disposal ก็คือเลิกใช้คีย์นี้ยังไงอันนี้ที่เพิ่นว่ายังไปไม่จบก็ขาดอีกนิดนึงแต่อันนี้เราไม่ได้ขายในย้ำการที่500แล้วนะก็คือเราต้องการจะทำให้เป็นตัวอย่างคือโค้ดอันนี้เราตั้งใจจะเปิดเป็น open source แต่ว่าเดี๋ยวต้องคุยกันก่อนใจยิงคนทำมาอยากเปิดแล้วก็อยากจะให้เอาไปใช้กันคือจริงๆแล้วไม่ต้องเอาโค้ดนี้ไปดูก็ยังได้เลยผมว่าทุกคนมานั่งในห้องนี้เห็นอันนี้น่าจะมีไอเดียแล้วไปทำแบบนี้ก็ได้อะไรอย่างเงี้ยนะเพราะว่ามันไม่ใช่ของที่ยุ่งยากอะไรตั้งแต่เมื่อเช้าที่ท่านผู้บริหารของ ETDA ก็ได้พูดแล้วนะว่าเราอยากจะเป็น Fido member เพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยคิดว่าถ้าหากว่าเราสามารถที่จะเป็น point of contact สำหรับ Fido ในเมืองไทยเนี่ยผมพูดไปก่อนเลยนะสมมติถ้าเป็น point of contact ใน Fido ในเมืองไทยแล้วก็จะช่วยทุกท่านให้สมมติอยากจะมา certify Fido อยากทำ product Fido อะไรเงี้ยอาจจะมาถึงจุดนั้นอาจจะมาคุยกับเราแล้วอาจจะได้รับความสะดวกมากขึ้นนะคืออันนี้ผมพูดไปก่อนนะอันนี้ยังไม่ได้ตกลงใจกันนะแต่เป็นความอยากของ ETDA ที่อยากจะทำนะครับก็อันนี้ไม่แน่ใจว่ามีคำถามเลยไหมจริงๆเข้าใจว่าเซสชันต่อไปนี้จะเป็นเซสชันถามคือจะถามได้ตั้งแต่ที่ฟังมาแต่ตอนเช้าเลยเข้าใจว่าก็เพราะฉะนั้นแต่ถ้ามีอะไรเกี่ยวกับเรื่องนี้หรือเกี่ยวกับเรื่องอื่นๆผมว่าตอนนี้ก็เป็นเวลาที่ดีแล้วนะครับที่จะสามารถถามได้เพราะเข้าใจว่าสปีกเกอร์ยังอยู่ครบทุกท่านนะถ้ามีคำถามอะไรก็ได้เลยนะตอนนี้สำหรับเซสชันของผมทั้งสองคนก็ต้องขอบคุณมากนะครับวันนี้
มีท่านใดมีคำถามไหมคะ
ถามโดยรวมนะหมายถึงว่า session cover session ตั้งแต่เช้าด้วย I have a question on the security control specifications on Fido side. As we all know, we've been discussing Fido is based on public key technology. You rely on the secure storage and using the private key installed on the handset. is there FIDO specifications controlling how devices should implement the locking mechanism of that private key? For example, it can only be unlocked with biometrics in order to use it. I'm asking this because in the past we've been using many mobile phones, and you can register or enroll your fingerprints, but then if you cannot access it, you can always override it with PIN, for example. Things like that. Is there specifications on how the private key can be retrieved and used?
That's a question for me. Do you?
Yeah, FIDO just use a secure element. In FIDO specification is called TEE, Trust Execution Environment. And in FIDO specification, that trust execution environment should be very secure in software or hardware. But right now, the FIDO standard didn't have too much and specify how the TE should be implemented. It can be software and it can be hardware. But starting from this year, the FIDO start to have some kind of security certification. So in terms of FIDO TE or FIDO authenticator, right now we have security level 1, security level 1 plus, and 2 and 2 plus, and also security level 3. Right? Totally we have 5 security levels. So as I know that right now, most platform specific authenticator, for example, the Windows or Android, are all security level 1. By means of security level 1, that right?
Yeah, that's level 1.
Yeah. So the security level 1, the cryptography and the biometric and the how to unlock the key. Actually, there should be some process to prevent outsider to be able to access the key without any authentication. But they're only for security level 1. And level 1 can either be implemented by software or hardware. So if you expect a more security authenticator, then maybe you should specify your application that maybe security level 1 plus or security level 2. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's right.
Well, I think my question has to, it's on the other dimension. One dimension you mentioned is that the TTE should be secure, and how secure should it be? Hardware secure element, software secure element, or NOx or whatever. But then on the other side, when you have this, the storage is so secure, but the process of allowing someone to use it, what kind of locking mechanism should be demanded for what level of security, and how is that on that side, on the dimension of using the key?
Yeah. Actually, in the security level certification, we have a very comprehensive definition in which level the key should be protected in every security level.
Yeah. So I think you're talking about a couple of things here. So one is Dr. Huang saying that the security levels specify this. So level 2 is where we call it a restricted operating environment, and we have a list of ROEs that are supported, including TE and such. So the secure element, secure part of the chipset where the private key is stored. But it sounds to me like part of what you're talking about is a usability, an implementation factor. I don't believe that's currently in scope for the specifications, Henry, unless you know otherwise. But some of this is kind of a guideline and best practice piece. So when I was talking earlier about where FIDO's focus is, the specifications will iterate and will evolve, but a lot of the focus now is on the practical implementation challenges and how we address those. So some of these are best practices. Chihara-san was talking about account recovery, for example. And we're doing a lot of focus on creating guidelines and suggestions on how one can do account recovery. Likewise, issues of device locking and mandates around that would also, I believe, currently be not a normative spec, but more of a implementation guideline.
I also want to
I also want to add one more point, specifically regarding you talking about the PIN code with the biometrics information. I should honestly speaking, starting from iPhone, the PIN code has equal functionality as biometrics. This philosophy actually is not enough in FIDO world. I always been asked this question. That's why at early time, at the FIDO 1.0, 1.1 part, we have biometrics module or fingerprint module certification, and also we provide the actual functionality, like your different fingers has different functionalities, which already being hid by the Android and by the iOS. But if it's fully FIDO compatible, it can doing different fingers invoke different functionalities. I believe right now, given Android 7 already getting FIDO certified, it's the whole path remains the same. The being protected and also have same functionality. So this is actually this question each my customer will ask, how can we do this? So for example, the worst case, your Android phone is getting rooted, getting cracked. We can, at the early time, we can even simply replace the Android fingerprint API to reporting yes for anything. Then all above the security backend is broken. But with FIDO protected, that broken won't happen.
มีท่านอื่นมีคำถามอีกไหมคะ ถ้าไม่มีงั้นเดี๋ยวขอข้ามไปเซสชั่นถัดไปเลยนะคะ May I invite Mr. Andrew for our closing speech today?
So first of all, thank you all very much. Thank you ETDA again for hosting us today. This was a wonderful event. I'd like to thank all of you here in the audience. It's a long day, right? And I appreciate everyone sticking around and engaging and paying deep attention to all the presentations today. Karen showed pictures of past FIDO seminars. Nichihara-san did as well. I have the good fortune of being able to speak at many of these. And I always find it very inspiring, actually, to hear firsthand from individuals who are driving this innovation in market, who are deploying FIDO solutions, and I find it very interesting. I also think if you think about the scope of presentations you heard today, some of the brands. I mean, watching Ichihara-san talking about lines plans for FIDO, and Jungsu talking about where Samsung sees FIDO fitting into their long-term roadmap. I mean, these are two of the largest brands you'll see on the planet. They're taking time out of their schedules to come here and share this with all of us around this relatively new technology called FIDO authentication. So I think it's I do find that very inspiring, and I thank them again very much for taking the time, as well as all of our other speakers. One other thing you may have noticed through the presentations and the discussion, I think this reflects how FIDO's culture really is as well. Right, when you go to FIDO meetings, we're very open, very collaborative. We talk about the good things, we talk about the bad things, we talk about the challenges, but the general theme, within the FIDO Alliance and the members and everyone who takes part is that, we're all in this together. We're all working together to make the world a safer place, the connected economy a more secure place, and the focus is on this long arc towards moving beyond passwords to a passwordless society, where people are safer when they connect to the internet and connect to online services. So, if any of you found this to be of a lot of value to you, and you think this may fit into your longer-term planning, if you wish to get involved with FIDO Alliance, we'd certainly welcome that. If you see FIDO now as part of your technology roadmap and part of your plans, please connect with the vendors in the room, the experts in the room who can help you with that. And otherwise, you can follow us, FIDO Alliance, online, of course, at fidoalliance.org. We're on social media. So thank you again for your time. Thank you again very much to ETDA. I really appreciate the hosting, the hospitality, and the organization of this event. Thank you.
ค่ะก็
อยู่กันมาทั้งวันนี้ก็ต้องขอบคุณทุกท่านมากนะคะเราไม่คิดว่าห้องจะมีคนเยอะขนาดนี้ก็ต้องถือว่าประสบความสำเร็จทีเดียวกับการที่เรานำFido working group จากต่างประเทศเข้ามาช่วยให้ความรู้กับทุกท่านเราหวังว่าน่าจะเป็นประโยชน์ในเรื่องของการทำ authentication เป็นสิ่งที่ท้าทายทำยังไงให้มัน secure แต่อีกข้างหนึ่ง secure มากๆก็ใช้ยากเหลือเกินคนก็ไม่ใช้ secure and friendly เป็นอะไรที่ต้องบาลานซ์ให้ดีเพราะฉะนั้นก็หวังว่า Fido น่าจะช่วยตอบโจทย์แล้วก็ทำให้การทำ electronic transaction ในประเทศไทยมีความน่าเชื่อถือมีมาตรฐานแล้วก็มีความปลอดภัยอย่างเป็นสิ่งที่ ETDA ให้ความสำคัญมากๆอยู่แล้วค่ะ and finally I would like to thank you all speakers especially Karen she helps a lot yeah without her we do not have this session and even more thank you Mr. Andrew yeah he's a chief marketing officer of Fido Alliance we actually firstly we are not sure whether to have him here or not but it's really nice to have you here today yeah thank you very much yeah please give him the big hand yeah
Thank you.
and of course the guys from especially from Taiwan Korea China and Japan Mr. He's from Lai and look at him he's really cool here right yeah thank you yeah he has really very relaxed today yeah thank you very much and I hope that we will have the good collaboration among us and as Kun Surankana mentioned in the morning that we plan to join the Fido members probably 2 or 3 months from now and then after that we hope that we will be the working group in the Fido Alliance and then we will share and bring things from Thailand to the world and the world to Thailand thank you ค่ะขอบคุณมาก
ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือ ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือ ETDA ETDA พวกเราคือ ETDA ETDA วู้
พวกเราไม่หยุดคิดพวกเราไม่หยุดทำไม่ยอมเป็นผู้ตามกล้าทำสิ่งใหม่รวมพลังศรัทธายึดมั่นในหัวใจพวกเราคือETDAสร้างสะพานแค่